had to go live. I only had a minute left to wait on everybody, but everybody will be coming in. Tonight podcast will be about mental health in the Black community. As everybody coming in, it's a reason why I picked this topic. I think it's very important, at least to me, and I know it's important to the other 3 people that I will be having on tonight. If you want to join the podcast and be a guest, you're more than welcome to.
Guy, I'll be right back. Like, give me like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Give me like 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. And waiting on everybody else to come in. But yeah, mental health is a very important topic, and I don't think we talk about it enough. You talk about trauma, so you talk about things that you've been through in your life. I know everybody is got this tough aura and stigma on themselves. I'm not going to see no therapist. What? Who's going to see a therapist? Nah, that's just people being nosy. No, not people being nosy. It's people to help you sort out your shit. Period. Sort your shit out. We have childhood traumas. I know I have them. I've had them. Everybody has something, and it's okay to find somebody to talk to about it, because you have to unpack. You have to unpack. It's very important that you unpack the shit, because you want to be able to live your life how you want to live your life, and you cannot live your life how you want to live your life. Me personally, I couldn't live my life the way I wanted to live my life without unpacking shit. Childhood traumas, like I said, mental, abuse, physical abuse, just all that stuff is very important, I think. And so yeah, we are definitely want to talk about it. And see if my co-host Stis wants to share what they've been through growing up. If you want to go in depth, you can go in depth. You don't got to. But this one is going to allow people to be very vulnerable, I think, and that's okay, because you never know what people are going through, even now, today. And I hope that this episode is really, it really shows and helps somebody out there that is really going to, pay attention and able to talk about what it is that they're going through and the signs of mental health. I did an episode, I think it was I want to say my 3rd or 4th episode with my cousin, and she is very big on mental health. She's a social worker, but she's also it's something that she works with kids in elementary and dealing with mental health and unpacking and being able to talk, because even as a kid, I know for me personally, and I'm speaking for me, I was told you're not able to express yourself. You're not able to talk and give your opinion and how you feel and things like that. And I've always felt like that was it became a real big problem when I became a father. It became a real big problem as I got older. And I always used to battle, and I used to battle with my wife about telling. I always felt like somebody was always trying to tell me what to do, and I hated it. I hated that shit. Like, that shit irked the hell out of me, because as a kid, I wasn't able to express myself, and I wasn't able to tell a person how I felt. As a kid, you have feelings. You feel how you feel. But when you're told, no, you can't talk back or you're gonna get your ass beat, that's different. You get what I'm saying? Like that is like, oh, they don't want you saying nothing. But that goes to show the growth of your parent. And I can say that the growth of my parents, I wouldn't do shit like that today. Like how my mom, how I was raised, because I wasn't raised by my mom or my dad. I was raised by my grandma. And my grandma was more of the loving. I think that's where I get um, my form of love from, because it's very it is very selfless, if I can say that. When I love hard. Um, and it's selfless. Um, and I think that she played a major part in how I am and how I react to certain people's shit, because I could have grew up and been an asshole. Honestly, I could have grew up and been a straight bully, asshole. But I always tell people it's the love that my grandma showed me that I can outward show them, people in general, because with that love that was shown to me, I know what love looked like. Everybody don't know what love looked like, so they definitely ain't gonna be able to show you. I'll say that again. Everybody don't know what love looked like, so how can you expect them to show it if they've never seen it? And you can see it and you can feel it. And if you never felt what love is, how do you expect somebody to show it outwardly and apply it and make you feel it? So I always thought that was very, very important in my life. And dealing with, my childhood traumas and mental health. And as I got older, at the age of 26, I went to my first therapist. And boy, when I tell you how important that shit was, it was very important because it allowed me to unpack your shit. And it was some things in the beginning that was kind of hard for me to talk about. But as I kept going and I was writing stuff down, and it was shit in my head that I didn't realize was there, because as a kid, I've endured so much, but also in enduring, it's a lot of things that I just literally forgot, didn't want to think about it, literally let it just buried it all. So with burying everything, I started to see a lot of things change, and how I react. I remember nothing could piss me off. Like, it took a lot to piss me off. But as I got older, that fuse started to get smaller and smaller. And I would react, which before I wouldn't react. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. But now I'm reacting. And in reacting, I didn't realize, like, what the fuck? Like, why am I reacting like that? Didn't realize it. Never thought about it. Never thought about it like that. Like, my reaction towards somebody. And it can be the littlest thing. It can be the littlest thing. In my reacting. And in my reaction, like they say, when you react, you say stuff you don't mean. And I said a lot of stuff I didn't mean in my reaction. Because, like I said, as I got older, that fuse got smaller. Where I said, I let stuff run, just I ain't worried about that. I wouldn't wear, but the fuse got smaller and smaller. And I would literally, the littlest thing would piss me off. And I had to check it. And it was at the age of 26 when like I said, when I first went to see a therapist. Hint water. It's really good. My first therapist, that it really allowed me to understand me. And this is why I say mental health is very important. And it's good to talk to people about your mental health, because at the age of 26, I found myself reacting different, acting different, very different shit that I was like, okay, where's that come from? Where's that coming from? And like I said, my childhood, it was some shit that I just buried, yo. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna front. I buried a lot of shit out of my childhood because it was just that crazy, having an abusive mother, abusive mom, mentally, physically, emotionally. She was abusive as hell. And like, imagine the person that's supposed to take care of you and love you for who you are, hating your guts. Like, that shit was crazy. So it made me, one, I still respected my mom, and people couldn't understand that. Like, when I tell people the story about how me and my mom interaction was growing up, like, and they be like, how the hell? Like, what? And I'm like, my grandma. Like, the importance of my grandma really played a part in my life. Like, I'm not bullshit. Like, she really played a part in my life. And she told me no matter what my mama did, no matter what she did, no matter what she done, that's my mom. And I had to respect her. And I always kept that. So no matter what she did, in the moment, I hated her guts. Like, like, for real, I really did not like that woman because of the shit she put me through. And it was only me. Out of the first 4 siblings, it was only me that was getting the hatred, like the bullshit. And it kind of made me resent my siblings in a sense. It made me resent my older sister. It made me resent my brother. Like, I resented the hell out of them because I was the one being attacked, not them. And I was being attacked for no reason. So no matter what my mom did, I still respected her. And I still do, even though she's been gone for 20 years now. But just the childhood trauma and everything that she put me through, it came out later as you get in these relationships, as you interact with people, as I interacted with people, and as I had my relationships, and as I got older, I started to find myself in shit. For real. I found myself in shit because I didn't know how to express myself. One, I didn't know how to really like express myself and how I felt. Hell no, I wouldn't do that. Let me bring in Erica. Welcome.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Latanya says she'll be back in some time. But I was just going over, well, I was telling my side of why mental health was important to me. And as far as the Black community, why is mental health important, period.
Okay.
But yeah, what you eating? Strawberries?
Mind your business.
What?
Finish what you were saying. I was listening.
Oh, you was listening. Okay. Well, no, I was saying that it played a major part. Um, just that whole ordeal, even with my mom and oh Lord, my mom and expressing myself was very hard for me to do growing up. Like even when I got in, relationships and just dealing with people in general, because um, because of not being able to express myself as a child.
Okay.
People found that very disrespectful that you would express yourself as a child, even though you had feelings and you're human too. So, I said it was, being raised by my grandma taught me how to love. Being raised by interacting with my mom taught me how to, you know, being cautious about expressing yourself. And, what that did to me growing up, it fucked me up. And I also said the first time I seen the therapist was at the age of 26, which allowed me to unpack a lot of
So
things.
old.
Yeah, I was. Learning and working on expressing myself. Not taking things so serious, not taking myself so serious in a sense. Being able to open up, but also being able to forgive, holding a grudge.
Okay.
Like I had a real bad. Yes, I held grudge. Yeah. Well, my mom, I did. Yes, I held it long. Yes, a grudge for real. Like,
I don't know. You just don't seem like the type of person that would hold a grudge. So that's why.
well, I held one with her.
Grudge? What?
I held one with her. For real. Like I held that grudge for a long time because it was answers I needed. I needed answers. Like I wanted to know, why I was treated the way I was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
why was
I'm listening.
why was I the black sheep? Why was I treated as such? And like, what was it? Like why? I don't understand. Like why did you decide? Why did you decide to do drugs when you had me? You know what I'm saying? Like why did you decide to jump in front of a bus to try to kill yourself while you were pregnant with me? I want to know these things. I've always wanted to know these things because, like, where'd the hate come from? Where did dislike come from?
Okay.
These are questions that I have that I will never get to ask. Never. And that's a problem because there's no closure there. I don't care what nobody say. There will never be no closure there. But I also try to, not carry the raising of how I was raised with my own kids, like, because it's bad. It's not healthy mentally.
No. Do you feel like you're doing the same with your kids?
No, I don't. I don't feel like I'm actually being more. I found myself doing that in the beginning. In the beginning, I had to really
Mhm.
check myself about it because, you know, I had to learn that you can't want your kids to come be freely speaking to you and being open with you, but you shutting them down at every chance you get and expressing themselves, no matter what it is. So, my question, to my kids now, even to my 4-year-old, like, all right, why are you angry? What's going on right now? Why are you angry? What are you angry about? How can we fix this? What are some solutions?
Mm.
Which I think is very important to ask because, you know, they have feelings. They get emotional and get angry just like we do. And we're adults. Even at being an adult, you still get angry and frustrated. My 4-year Lola would tell me quick, Daddy, I'm frustrated. Like, then my next question ain't, no, you shouldn't feel like that. No, why are you frustrated? What's going on?
Okay.
Because she's very in tune with her emotions at the age of 4. And I can't shut her down because if I shut her down now at the age of 4, I can only imagine what I would have to deal with at the age of 13, 14, 15, and as she get older. And you always want to be that reference of somebody to talk to, even your own kids,
What's on my
which
shelf?
I attest to my wife because she has taught me that it's okay for your kids to express themselves and it's nothing personal. Now you have to be respectful in the matter of what you're saying as a kid. And in that
That's
same
true.
breath, you just listen. It's all about listening. So it's
Well,
always kudos to her because she have taught me a lot in the last 6, 7, almost 7 years.
that's her job. That is her complete job as a woman to make sure that her man's mental is where it needs to be, especially when there's kids involved. That's her job. That's the whole point of the backbone. That's what that is. And I want everybody to get into this look. Y'all can thank God for this shit because I was on the phone with him when we were getting this done.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, no, no. I was like, oh God, it's not the color I wanted. But I'll rock with it. What can I say?
So what colors
Who's
have you done
that? Where's
so
she
far?
at?
I don't know.
I've
She
done
was
everything in
on
the rainbow.
shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have, huh? Yeah, but
Well,
everybody,
what's
I don't
next?
know
You
where
got
everybody's at.
what's next? All right, is that her? Is she cooking? Getting her baby
That's her
together cooking?
background. That's her background.
Oh, okay, that's it. Where's Marcel? Is he getting himself together? I can get himself together. I mean, we didn't have. I mean, I didn't growing up. I didn't have any like mental breakdown or anything other. So I think my sisters did, but
Mm.
not so much them, but maybe their family. But we wasn't. My mom shielded us from a lot of stuff. We were sheltered kids growing up, so
So was
we
that a
didn't
was that
have.
a so y'all being sheltered kids? Did that did that cause any issues as you got older, like as you became an adult and started to get into relationships, like with certain things you didn't know?
No, not really. at least for me, I can't speak for my sisters, but at least for
Mm,
me, no. It didn't
mm,
really, I mean, it was a man in a home, it was, a woman in a home, they worked, things
mm-hmm,
like that matter. But we didn't have like we had like issues and stuff like that. When we got out into the real world, it was just like a fresher breath. Like we didn't, when I say we shelter kids, I really mean like we stayed at home. My mom
mm,
would rarely let us out and want us to go play in the dirt. She was not that type of parent. Like she don't play in that dirt. You can go play over there, but don't play in that dirt. She was that type of parent. My mom's also a germaphobe, so that's one of the reasons why she didn't really want us to go out and get dirty and stuff like that. But as in having like mental breakdowns or anything, or it affects, being in the house, it affected when we actually was able to go out and stuff like that. Not really. We was able to make friends and stuff. I say the only thing that I know me and my sisters ever had an issue with was just we moved around so much when we wasn't in the
mm,
military.
mm.
And so you couldn't get a grip on
On
friends and stuff like
friends.
that because you didn't know
Mm-hmm,
we were gonna move again. So that was, I
mm-hmm,
mean, that was pretty much it. But I wouldn't say like it broke us and everything. No, it didn't break us or anything. We was able to uh, do the things that we need. Oh, there you go. We was able to do the things that we needed to do, and I mean that was God.
I
That,
can
that's
relate. I
that's
can
something
relate.
else. Mm.
I can relate to the moving around, um, which played a big part in why, as I got older, stability was a big thing for me. It still is. It still is a big thing for me because,
It shouldn't be anymore. Why is it still?
well, because
You ain't planting no roots.
it's not that. It's the fact that when growing up, like you said, moving around and just everything, like I can tell you this. I went to 4 different elementaries.
I went to
No,
5. I got you.
5 different elementaries.
I went to
Okay.
five different elementary, 6 different high schools.
6 different high schools.
Never no kids.
I'm 5 different elementaries, 3 different middle schools. No, yeah, 2 different middle schools and 2 different high schools. And I went to Moreno Valley High School just because I had to move my senior year of end of first semester and the beginning of second. And it was crazy. But elementary, we moved around so damn much. Uh, was homeless at one point and staying with friends, staying with friends of the family and things like that.
Hey, beautiful. There goes sis. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. Hey, sis.
Now,
Oh, yeah. You want me to do your intro too? You want me to do yours?
what? No, I got
Go
an intro
God.
coming. Oh my
God.
God.
Go God.
I got an
Go
intro coming.
God.
I ain't worried about your intro. But yeah,
Whatever
but
you, whatever
it
you
played
know you.
it played a part. It played a part in y'all got dressed tonight, huh? Y'all, I don't want to tell her unmute your mic, girl. What you waiting on? Unmute your mic.
I don't know, but me and her, we gonna have to make a trip to Vegas. I'm just saying, like, with our mask on, of course, and our sanitizer
And,
and our own
you know
bed sheets.
that
Yeah.
that played a big part in my my thing with being stable because living pillar to post and all that stuff growing up. I said when I get older, I'm not putting my kids through that. Like you can't focus on school like you need to. You can't focus on anything. And
I mean, my
people say,
mother had
oh,
her reasons.
people said,
Mother had her reasons.
we had to go to school and that's all we had to deal with. No, the hell we didn't. I know I did. I didn't just have to deal with school. I had to feed myself. I had to make sure my siblings ate.
Why you never told me this?
Because we never talked about it. We're talking about it now.
Oh,
We're talking about mental health
right.
right now and how it played and
Right.
what my childhood has done and the reason why I am the way I am today. And so we talked about the love part. That's for my grandma. If it wasn't for my grandma, I probably would be an asshole, straight up and down. Like for real, for real. If I took the love my mom gave me
Huh?
and gave that shit to everybody,
I was
it wouldn't be nothing.
eating my stuff.
You good, girl? What you talking about?
I didn't say that. I was talking to my Carmel. You saw my business.
Okay. But yeah, if I spread out that love that my mama showed me, man, people would hate me to this day. Because
I don't think they would hate you.
no,
I
like
don't
for
know
real,
that.
for real.
They wouldn't.
No, because
People always say that, but
my definition of love would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like
what would it be?
it would be very nonchalant, very there wouldn't be really none if I took it from my mom because of what my mom showed me. But I took it from my grandma and what she showed me and how I took it. You get what I'm saying? Like my grandma was kind of my mom. That's why I referred to as mom. I refer to
I know.
my mother as Lola, Leona, her name. I used to call my mom her name until I was 7 years old. That's what I referred to her as because of this shit that she put me through as a kid. Like, man, what? No. And that's what I mean by, getting that love from my grandma. I think it changed my life in a sense, in a good sense, because I'm able to express it. I'm able to show it because I know what it is and I know what it look like. And that's why I said at the beginning is in order for you to show somebody that you love them, you first have to know what love is. And if you don't know what love is, how can you expect somebody to show it? Let alone muster it up and say it.
I mean, that's true.
So you have to be able to identify that. If you can't identify that,
Do
then
you know what love is now?
yes, I do. Sacrifice. It comes in many shapes and forms. Now, it comes in
So
many
at what
shapes and
age?
forms.
What age can you actually say for yourself that you know the definition of love?
When I had my daughter.
So for you, it took a child for you to understand what love was.
What love was. Yep. Because it was a part of me
most
at a
men are
time.
like that.
At a time in my life, I said I loved a lot of people, and I showed it, But for me, it um, was it unconditional? No, there was conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like there's conditions with your love, period. But when I had my daughter, I understood what love was because it was unconditional. And what I mean by unconditional is no matter what, I know my daughter gonna love me regardless. No matter what, I'm gonna love her regardless. There's no conditions. With anybody else, it's a choice. It really is because it comes with conditions. If somebody pisses you off if somebody make you mad, if somebody hurt your feelings, you get what I'm saying? Like all of that. Let somebody say "fuck you, bitch." You're gonna be like, fuck you. And will you
I
still
can
love
say
them?
for some people, maybe. I
Will you
mean,
still love them? That sign of disrespect? With that sign of disrespect? No. Like
yeah,
you
I
that's that
have.
you don't
It's
you
not
don't
it's not a it's not a something that people say that you should endure, but some people do. It all depends on that person, and that's where a lot of this mental screw upness of what love is supposed to be comes from. And that's why some people don't understand when they use that word. It's a powerful word, but the way that it's used so loosely, just like marriage is used so loosely, it's not something that seriously. It's more of an accessory. It's a trend, you know.
yeah,
So I mean, I've been on both ends of the stick.
excuse me. Yeah. And so it's very and this is why I like this topic about mental health, because if somebody was to verbally abuse you, that's not okay. Calling somebody a bitch, that's verbal abuse. So therefore, calling a person out of their name, it's verbal abuse. So therefore, that's not okay. Will you tolerate that? No, I wouldn't, because guess what? If they say it once and you accept it, you accepting the fact that they can call you it again, and that's not healthy. So therefore, conditions. Bye.
Well, that's the form that it has been. I mean, that word, I forgot what they. It's something that they call black men that it basically attacks their manhood. But for women, I mean, we've been called bitch for centuries, and now it's
You talking about
something that
fag?
I'm trying to figure out. No, it's not that. It really touches y'all manhood, and y'all hate when women say that. But it's like it's not okay. The word is not okay, and I can't think of what has actually been said that I've heard so many times. But I know for a fact that bitch has been something. I mean, women even say that to men, and it's been something that's been okay to actually say, not
You
knowing
call
that that's a form of of abuse.
you call me a bitch. It's on and popping. I don't give a damn who you are, and that's just how I've always been. Like that's one word that I will not tolerate. I won't tolerate a lot of words, but you call me a bitch, yeah, I'm sicking the dogs on you. That's just it. It's like the and there's trigger words for everybody. Everybody have a trigger word, and
What's your
they
trigger
may
word?
tell it. My trigger words, um, bitch is for sure one of
In
them.
a heated argument?
In a heated
Okay.
argument, bitch is for sure one of them. Um,
Hmm.
don't compare me. Do not compare me to nobody. That is a trigger for
Why
me,
not?
because what I've done for you and what the person you're comparing me to have done for you don't match up. It will never match up,
I know that's one
because
thing you men do not like to
if
compare. Y'all don't
if
like
you're
to be
going to
compared. That's
if you're going to
understandable.
compare if you're going to compare me, then you need to be with that person you're comparing me to. Period. You need to
That
go
makes a
deal
lot
with
of
that
sense.
person you
So
compare me
why
to.
that makes a lot of sense, but why do men do it then? Why do they think that it's okay to compare women to their mama or
I
or
don't.
someone who's close to them, their
I
grandmother?
see. I don't.
They do this. So
I
I
understand.
kind of want an
I don't.
understanding
I don't
on
know.
like where does
The only
that
under,
come from? You as
the
a
only
man, like where does that come from?
Okay. So if you're raised by a woman, I think that's where it's come from. If you're raised by a
Mhm.
woman and just a woman, no man is in the household, that's all you have reference to is your mom or your grandma. Because 9 times out of 10, if your mom ain't raising you, your grandma is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where that come
Mhm.
from. But to compare me to another dude, an ex, or anybody that you have dealt with, I find that disrespectful because they're not here. And I mean, if you're gonna compare me to them,
It
then you
all
might as well go ahead
depends.
and be with them.
Some women, the reason why I think women do that, and is of my opinion, I think the reason why women do that and compare their ex to the person that they're currently with is because that it's like, first of all, it's a new relationship. So they know really and truly that means they didn't take the time to actually get to know who they're actually going to, like, who they're with. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
thing. And that's like the first mistake that I think sometimes women make. Some women. I think the other thing is that you have been, it all depends how long you've been in a relationship with that last person. For me, if I had a took in the relationship, I mean, I've known this boy from from jump, like literally 8 years old, 9 years old. You know, I pretty much grew up with this boy. If I had a
Mm-hmm.
took that with me, that's all I have to compare. Okay, what is the next guy supposed to be like? But if,
Yeah.
another thing is, if a man is showing traits of what
Yeah.
my ex was doing, then I mean, of course, a woman's going to compare that because it's like, well, damn, you're doing the same thing that nigga was doing over there. Like that's where that comparison come from. And I never understood when men get upset because you're comparing them to their baby mom. I mean, another baby daddy or a man that they dealt with, and they, these are long term relationships. But if you're showing traits, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's something to be like mad about. I think it's just that's what they have been dealing with, and you show traits of that. And I think that's where the man needs to actually have that conversation with that woman and actually explain to, like, I'm not that guy. I get it, maybe I'm triggering you, and that's where the trauma and stuff comes from. And you're triggering that woman, and you're basically like almost giving her a back to future flashback. You're really like giving her this flashback, and I think that's where some of that comes from. I don't think women just automatically say, oh, you act like such and such and such. It's because she's been with that person for so long that she sees some of the traits and stuff in you. It
Yeah, but
happened.
and that's true. But at the same time, see, so in that scenario, do she automatically throw up a red flag and be like, just because she see one thing? And this is the thing: if
Yeah,
you talking
some
to,
women do.
if you talking to get to know somebody, right? And it's very important for you to be open and say, hey, this is what I dealt with, X, Y, and Z. And these are my issues, and this is my problem, and this is my thing that I would have to, and this is my thing that triggers me. This is what I've been through. This is what I don't want to deal with. So it's very important for you for as the man to not do it. But not everybody does that. Not everybody goes in and tell them, hey, I deal with X, Y, and Z. They see a new thing. They like a new thing because it's something different. And they automatically move forward because they're trying to get rid of
Well,
that
I think
past. And
I
they're
think
trying to
that if a lot
erase
of
all that
men
shit that has happened.
if a lot of men and women subtract the sexual tensions and the temptations and actually get to know that person, then they know what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
A lot of relationships always start off with we connected at the hip. And that's just what it is. Sex
Yeah.
first, we'll talk about all other stuff later. And that's why you don't really and truly get to know that person. I said some sis, some.
You need to join. You need to
But
mute your mic and come on, little girl.
she said, give her a minute. Give her a minute. So I think that that's, if you can eliminate that part first, you get to know that person. But everybody right now in this generation is living in the moment of things. They don't want to talk about if they had any type of mental breakdown. They don't want to talk about, bad times. They're looking for that new person to talk about some new shit. Let's do this. And, no one's really trying to get to know anybody. It's just what's now. What are we doing now? Let's shoot. We gonna be fucking. Okay, well let's fuck because that sounds good to me. or they're getting out of a relationship. I say 2 days later, they just broke up with that person. 2 days later, they with somebody else. That's not healthy either. But nobody wants to sit and talk about it. And that's why we have so much mentalness, very bad mentalness right now in our community, because nobody wants to talk about it, or the trauma. It's more trauma than anything.
Yeah, that is
Nobody
true.
wants to talk about it. I mean, it's shoot,
That is true.
we not only we have to think about, our family relationships, and the trauma that we may have had with that, but then you have society and the trauma that it brings as well.
Yep.
So now you have, it's two strikes. Then on top of it, just the color of your skin, just it intimidates and makes you aggressive. So you can't really go and talk to a therapist or anything, because in their fucking mind, you might be crazy as hell, because automatically we're already classified as fucking crazy as hell and
Nope.
aggressive and this.
Now,
We're classified as that.
if you go speak to a therapist, they don't think that you're classified as aggressive. See, the thing about it is,
I don't know what therapist you went to, but I actually dated a therapist. I actually know some, and they're Black. And they said what we have to go through just to get our degrees. And then on top of it, to be able to go into our own community, we're looking at it like, it's like, wow, it's like no one wants to talk to us, and you're crazy, and you want to help other people. It's crazy.
It sounds personal from them, Master, and what I'm hearing from you, for them to say that Black women women are. Are you talking about Black women? The Black women are aggressive?
No,
like that sound just period. No, not all women are aggressive. How can they say that?
They see men as aggressive. They see men as aggressive too. That's just another way to look at the situation of, I guess I'm gonna take a wild guess from their clients and how they look at things and how it's being projected to them. And that's just the people that I have dealt with, that's been around me. And it's amazing to me how, you have somebody like, I have actually my a cousin of mine, she's a therapist, and she's like, if I can tell you just some of the stories that I hear from our own, you wouldn't believe it. You would think that they are literally living back in slavery days, that they feel like they trapped, they can't go. She's like, they feel like they can't go nowhere. They feel like they can't talk to anybody. They can't talk. They don't feel comfortable talking to me because they feel like I'm gonna be talking about this person, or I'm being looked at as this.
Because of the stigma. It's because of the stigma. It's because of the stigma that everybody put on seeing a therapist. Like, it's taboo. It's not taboo. It's not taboo at all to go sit down and talk to somebody and unpack your shit. Because everybody got to do it. Whether you Black, white, Asian, persuade, whatever you are, you have to unpack your shit in order to be healthy for somebody to want to deal with you. Period. In order for somebody to want to deal with you, you have to be you have to be healthy, and healthy enough mentally, not just physically, but mentally enough to handle the shit that comes with being in a relationship. That's why the divorce rate is up. That's why people are so quick to say, you know what, fuck a relationship. I'll be a side chick. That's what? You be a side chick? For real? That's what you think you are? That's all I'll be a side nigga. What? That's all you think you are? Because of society and the things that is going on, and they don't want to unpack their shit. Like, what is that? Like, unpack your shit, bro. Like, it's okay to talk.
Something that is like, no. Well, no, they don't even want to talk about it, because they feel like if they talk about it, then they're looked at weak. They look at,
and that's society too. That is a stigma, and that's society.
I mean, society plays a big part, but I wouldn't say with other races it plays.
No.
Such a struggle.
Our
community has a struggle.
It's us.
It has exactly. So well.
It's us. It is us as society, Black people as society, because it's a. Why did what's the name just get dim? Battery is on 7 mode. Give me 1 second. I gotta plug my laptop up.
Ooh, you trying to cut us off?
No, I got too much stuff going on. There we go. We good.
He trying to blow up the spot.
No, because I unplugged my. I had to charge my headphones, so I had to unplug something. And yeah, I had to unplug my laptop, not knowing my laptop stayed plugged up. And now all of a sudden, I've only been on this thing for 55 minutes. I got a lot of stuff going on too. I got a lot of stuff going on too. I probably got to close some stuff. But yeah, it's society. It's society, and it's a stigma. They think that's just taboo.
But you know
to go sit down and talk to a therapist. Like, no, it's not.
Wait, it's society, but it's also that people aren't spiritually connected because they're too busy trying to put themselves in groups to feel so that way they can feel so they can feel a part of something. That's the other thing. And then I say the other stuff is accountability. See, people don't want to go and see a therapist or anything, or talk to, not even a therapist. You can talk to your preacher. You can talk. I don't have a preacher. I talk to God straightly forward. So, but you know, people go talk to preachers. They talk to therapists. They talk to someone outside the family, friends, and all that stuff. But some people don't have that, and the reason why they don't want to deal with that, and they don't hold accountable for that, because you know that person's going to tell you, "Damn, you look good tonight, sis." I just have to say that, but they don't want no one to hold them accountable for the things that they've done, and they don't want to be held accountable for that either. So I'll just leave it alone and keep going through life and not have to worry about, you know, what I've done in my past, even though it's making me conflicted. It's taking me through things. I mean, I've always had family, friends. Me and my sisters were close. So if I have an issue that I just cannot get over, or it's really just hurting me, then what I'll do is I'll talk to my sisters about it, because I'm very close to my sisters. And, you know, they always make sure that, I am mentally okay with things, because I'm the one who's always doing something. So I've always had that. But some people don't have that. Some people, it's just them.
True.
And they're like, well, I don't want to go see a therapist, because if I go see a therapist, then this motherfucker will say I'm crazy, and I know I'm not crazy. I just think differently than everybody else.
You can't.
But that's what people think.
No, see, and that's why I'm saying you can't think like that, because at the end of the day, it's about your mental health. Nobody else's. Nobody else's. Like to think because somebody's going to call you crazy because you're going to see a therapist. Them motherfuckers need to see a therapist. Period. Because if they knew anything about mentally, your health, mentally, it doesn't make any sense to not go see one. Like I said, it's crazy that people would think somebody's crazy about seeing a therapist. Like I never understood that, because
I don't believe in them.
Josh, you right. It is a stereotype, bro, because people get stereotyped for the wrong shit. So listen, your mental health is very important. Okay, you have people killing themselves. You have people going through shit, life, right? Instead of going to sit down and talk to somebody who can help you unpack, right, and get through and talk through your stuff and why this is going on, and giving you tips on how to deal with some of this stuff. Now it's like, oh, you go do X, Y, and Z is bad. Like, no, bro, like we got to get out of that. We got to get out of the fact that we're allowing people to tell us that things that we need to do is crazy to do. Because if it's going to help me grow, if it's going to help me succeed, if it's going to help me be a better me, I'm going. I'm going. I don't care what nobody says. I'm going, because I want to be here later.
Some people don't think like that. I mean, we have, it went from where it was like a high rate of suicides for adults. Now we have a suicide rate for
kids. Yeah, it's crazy.
And
It's really crazy.
but then I mean that leans on the fact that parents just stop raising their kids and letting social media and everybody on the outside raise their kids. Kids literally kids was killing themselves because they couldn't go to school because their parents didn't know how to tell
Trevor,
them what's going on.
my bro Trevor Jackson just said it in the comments. He said some therapists need therapy. You damn right they do. They do. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? Like, that it's crazy if they don't because you got people unpacking shit to you. You need somebody to unpack that shit too. That's people unpacking to you.
Yeah.
Like it's all about balance. It's all about being able to see a problem,
But they
right?
don't. They see it as they see it as it's normal for them. It's they take everybody you're basically all you're doing as a therapist is literally taking on somebody else's problems.
No,
So
no, I
it's
don't, I
like,
don't,
well,
I
what
don't,
is
I
your
don't
out?
believe that.
You're taking on someone else's. Your take is my point of view of it. You're taking on somebody else's problems, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to help them unravel that. So it's almost like an onion. You didn't gave them this whole big onion, okay, and it's their job to help you go through the layers of that onion, okay. So
I like that
their whole,
analogy.
just imagine after they didn't went through all that, and you didn't told them some traumatizing shit. They like, well, damn. And it triggers them. And I always wonder, like, what do they do to unpack all this? Like, what are you doing to help yourself after you just learned about this person's trauma? Especially like for people who have, have been, like children who have been touched. Prime examples, the Catholic situation right now.
What's going on with the
Like
Catholic
those
Church?
kids have to go to the Catholic Church over here, they messing with the boys and the kids and all. You ain't been
We're
to
in
the
California?
news?
Hell no. I don't watch the
Oh
news,
no,
girl.
all over
Oh, all
all
over?
over United
Yeah,
States.
I
All
don't
over
watch
United States.
I don't watch the news because
You gotta
that
watch
shit
it.
is
I
that shit's
I
toxic, bro.
watched the
I started
news.
watching
I
news
read
years
the
ago.
papers. Well, I watch the news. I read the papers
Locally, I pay attention,
digitally,
but
of course. But I sports, financial because I have for business, all that stuff, the laws, all that stuff. I have to keep up on all those things, and so it's a lot of stuff going right now in the religion part of it. It's a lot going on. That's some of the reasons why you know Israel is fighting, and Pakistan they all fighting. That's another reason why they're fighting. You got the Catholic Church who wants to be able. People are saying no; those priests need to be, sent at basically go through the trial, the justice system process. Why do they get to, do their own process, which they're not going to do anything to those priests who have done something wrong? Why is it always we got to pay money? So I, as in back to the kids who have to go to therapy, just imagine, and these are kids that basically some are
babies,
still children and then some of our adults now. So
babies.
it's like, so what do you have to, for a therapist? I can just imagine you hearing the trauma. How do you unpack that? Now I'm about to call, make phone calls because I kind of want to know, how do you unpack that for yourself? Because you're the one who have to sit there and actually listen to people's problems and help them unravel that. So how do you unpack that? Do you
Mm.
unpack that? Or do you just be like, okay, that was just, it's a job. Like you can't say, well, I'm trying to help you and then look at that person that it's just, this is a job. So it's, to me, it's like, because you're going to mentally hurt yourself and you're not going to be able to, you know, say what's real and what's not real in a way, because you're sitting here just taking on, like I said, it's like you're taking on everybody's problems. Problems may not be the right word to actually use, but that's what I'm used because that's one thing I think of right now. But as I said in the onion, you hand them this onion and they have to go through these different layers with you. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's just,
No, you're talking right, and I like that analogy you use because the onion, like, right?
and don't use it because I packed
As
it.
you as you peel an onion, right? It should make you cry. So you crying and you unpacking all this stuff, right? And you tearing these layers down, and you doing
Yep.
layer after layer. Some layers gonna make you mad, and some layers gonna make you cry. And one thing I learned about therapy is I think crying is good for the soul. If you ask me, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Cry. I tell people all the time, you feel like crying, cry, because guess what? You're releasing.
You said it's your friend Joshua. He's absolutely right. He said my fear is unpacking. My fear is unpacking.
And it is the judgment from the person you told.
Unpacking the judgment from the person you told. But see, that's the thing. And that's where a lot of this, where I don't want to talk to no therapist, or I don't want to talk to nobody about my problems or anything, because I don't want to feel, some people feel like it's a burden that I just handed you.
Not knowing that when you talk to a therapist, right, they cannot share any information to anybody about anything that you have told them. That's why it's important to go to a therapist. If you did a crime, right, and you tell your therapist and they find out you did a crime, they can't tell you. They can't say nothing. They can't bring your therapist to the stage. I mean, to the courthouse.
They can't. Hold on.
They can't do that.
They can actually. Well, wait a minute, because there has been many cases. You're gonna make me go into the law. There has been many cases where therapists have been used against their own clients because there's loopholes.
What loopholes?
I'll send you some of them cases.
Unless it's been something. Because they have it's just like no. They do have an obligation to the law to actually report. And just like doctors aren't allowed, they're supposed to keep it confidential, and they end up, if they need to subpoena certain stuff or need to know certain stuff because of this crime, it's like it's a just cause type situation. And it goes for anybody who's in the medical field. I know for a fact it goes for anybody in the medical field. It's a loophole in there. And that's how a lot of people are like, well, if I tell them this or whatever, then, it's a chance that she is jamming though. Cause sis, what we listen to? I don't know, but she been on this live. She been on this live for like way before you, and yet she ain't said one word.
Well,
I'm talking to you.
Get her mind together. Ooh.
Mind together about what? What you get your mind right for? You over there jamming? What you listening to?
Recorded tapes and documents, and that's something that a lot of. If you go back and listen to some of the,
that's what I'm listening to. Hold on.
Still calling. What I showed you. You ain't even know.
I can't wait till this pandemic is doing what it's gonna do and be over. So we go ahead and go to Vegas, baby. Yeah.
Oh, so y'all open up on the 15th, right? From what I heard, y'all opening up on the 15th. Who opened up on the 15th?
The white people open up on the 15th. I'm gonna stay my black ass in the house. This pandemic ain't over. Dale. What we doing, baby?
The pandemic it ain't over.
What happened?
Y'all opening up on the 15th, right? From what I heard.
Well, like, some places is open.
No,
hey, so Kevin Newsom giving out money. So Kevin Newsom giving out money. I heard the first person that won some money was $50,000 in Orange County.
I didn't hear that.
If you got a shot, yeah, they did a raffle for the people who got shot.
Yeah, they did a raffle. I heard it. They did a raffle, but it's once they get done taking the taxes, shit, I feel like give me my whole 50. I took that shot. Yeah, how many? Whole 50. Give me that whole 50. 50K, baby. Whole 50K. But that's another topic for another time, because I don't think, what are you giving all these incentives for? Y'all ain't getting no incentives for the flu shot, the chicken pox, all that other shit.
Listen.
Influenza,
because nobody wanted to take this shot. Okay.
It wasn't, these incentives wasn't for
Josh, she off that
any
wine.
other race.
She off that wine. Yeah, Latanya's off that wine.
No, wine ain't gonna do it. Wine ain't gonna do this shit. We straight. We comfortable.
Go back to the last episode,
look,
bro.
It has nothing to do with this pandemic and any other race. Those incentives was put out there for the Black community. Let me tell you why. Biden just released something I think a couple of weeks ago. And yes, this is off topic, sorry y'all.
It's
but
okay.
he released something a couple weeks ago talking about coming into the Black community with the vaccines, coming to all the schools, and it was something else. It was when I read the article, I was like, are you kidding me? So now we just
It's
going because Black people's
equity.
not taking this shot.
It's all equity. It goes back to the Tuskegee experiment. That's the reason why they're coming
That
out
part.
to our community, because they're getting
Well, if he
profit
know, he
off
better stay his ass.
equity.
He better stay his ass somewhere else. He better take his ass somewhere else. They're gonna take them shots and
Well,
throw
that's
him
what
at his
they're doing.
ass.
I know they're doing it. They started doing it out in more of the urban community. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is an urban community.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I know that they keep saying, like, I'm used to hearing like the ghetto, whatever, but now they came up with this urban. Is that just another way to say ghetto? Is that what it
No,
is?
I think urban is more suburban, but not in a sense. You know me. I don't. Yeah.
So it's
Urban.
ghetto, but not ghetto. It's in the middle. It's
Well,
urban.
no. It's urban is I think it is a word for ghetto. Yeah. It's a more black.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
the word. Okay,
More black.
No, okay.
More black.
Because I know when they
Josh,
say
you right,
ghetto,
bro.
then it's like, you know. Oh, okay.
Your property.
Okay.
You say
Okay,
you say
got
ghetto,
you.
your property value go down. You say ghetto, your house
Oh,
won't be worth as
okay.
much.
So it's the wording.
So it's it's the
Okay,
wording.
it's the
You
wording.
use urban, you can probably get some money out of your property.
Money, okay.
It's
Well,
all
that's
about
what
wording.
he said. He said he's bringing it to more of the housing government programs, and they are now going to be introducing more money to get people to be vaccinated, to get them into being vaccinated. And I'm just like, it's so funny how y'all came in here with this vaccine. And now, oh, the Blacks kid, they need it. Oh God, they just suffering so bad. Jesus help them. You know, it's that situation. I'm just trying to figure out. Now y'all got incentives. Now y'all want to put this money of lottery and stuff, and Black people still ain't taking it. They still don't have a high rate. At least what the stats are saying, they don't have a high rate of Blacks who are actually taking it.
No.
So they're trying to think of different ways. What's next? We're gonna do sports cars and stuff. We're gonna do chains and stuff. We're gonna do things that Black people like.
But this is the thing. This is why. So the first governor to do it was out in one of these crazy states, I think New Jersey, somewhere, and he was the first person to do it. And then somebody else hopped on and was like, "Hey, let's do this." And it was basically a state with a lot of people. Okay, because you have all these people, but you got what? How many? I don't know how many people are in the state of California, just in general, but only 1.5 million people got vaccinated out of 7 million. That's not a big percent. What, Latanya?
It's
how many
not.
people
It was
in California?
52. It was 52%.
Hold on, hold on. Each day, I watched a statistic, 75% from 5 to elderly are getting vaccinated every day. 75%.
I didn't watch. I've been slacking.
Did you? I don't. Did you guys hear me? So it's supposedly 75%. So when I was out at Santa Monica Pier, that explained why
everybody's out.
No, not out. Fuck out. We can be out. Pussy popping on the handstand, dick stands, all that shit. But when you're not wearing a mask, that let me know like who is who. It was so many people at Santa Monica Pier with no fucking mask yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, you have to also understand this though too, because even out here, if you are vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
What does Josh mean by lack?
But that's why I came in and said, you said that the statistics says, but there's a recent statistic day to day is 75% from 5 to elderly. So even though that the kids, they don't have to be vaccinated, like Christy doesn't have to be vaccinated. It's not required by the CDC. But from 5, these are statistics. 75% Majority California. We're talking California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a big population.
that is a big population, a
Yeah.
very big population.
So vaccinating, just getting vaccinated. People are just like, I want to get vaccinated because I don't want to wear the mask. I don't want to wear the shit. I don't want to suffocate. So I can see the vaccinations happening,
Going up.
but at the end of the day, like me and Erica had this talk earlier, like, bitch, like, are you washing your hands at home? Like when you wipe your ass, like, are you really washing your hands when you wipe your ass?
That part.
I'm just saying, I'm a mic down.
Why are you miking now? You need to be part of this conversation. What?
No, because I'm listening. And I like to listen and then give my input later. So
Okay.
when you see how I chimed
Well-
in when it came
Yeah.
to statistics, that's when I
Yeah.
chime in.
Statistics, yes. Yeah, so that's something that is basically, I know when they first said it, they was getting ready to open up California. People was like, oh yeah, this and that, and opening up. I've been looking at some of the blogs and stuff, and like, oh yeah, it's about that time for us to open up. It's about that time, you know. I'm tired of wearing
Shit,
this
we've been
mask. I'm
open.
thinking to myself, do y'all not understand what a vaccine is? Of course,
We've been open.
you just don't want to be vaccinated. You just trying to make, I'm not trying to be negative. Do you know what the vaccine actually does? Do you know what it does? Do you know what's in it?
Nobody knows. Only what they tell you.
Exactly.
And
So
in the state
I
of
was reading an
Arizona is different,
article.
yeah. And North Carolina is
I
different
was
too,
reading an
Josh.
article a couple of weeks ago. What Josh said? He need to come back
He
and
said
explain his lack of research.
he said he in the state of AZ. Yeah, you're right. My cousin out in Arizona, bro. It's real different out there.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a hot ass mess out there.
They
But
are.
they've been a hot ass mess ever since the whole
beginning,
election
from the beginning.
situation. Oh,
They've been a hot mess from the beginning though. My cousin is a teacher out there, and he's a social worker.
Y'all need to vote some more people. Y'all need to vote some different people to handle y'all state. Because right now, y'all, AZ, Texas, Kentucky, it's another state. I think it's in Michigan and Florida. Off the fucking chain right now.
Atlanta is too. Atlanta has never been shut down.
Oh.
Them motherfuckers been out. Yeah, North Carolina.
And that's the thing,
out.
like,
South Carolina been out too. So I know at first, like when it first popped off out here, like they had us on shut down. I'm talking about you can only go to the store, and everything. It's a lot of businesses that went out of business out here. It's a lot of businesses that went out of business out here because they shut everything down.
But you know what? Look, that the thing with the businesses, because I know that's what broke a lot of people and broke their spirits and stuff. When these big businesses, these corporations, when it was time to, and that's what they wanted. They don't want these little businesses because those little businesses are taking away the little bit of money that they can go in their pocket. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Okay, so these little businesses, what I don't understand is that when these big companies stuff adapted to basically, curbside, all this stuff, I'm not understanding why these little businesses did not adapt to that.
Well,
you can still do it. All you're doing is, I'm trying to get a full understanding on that.
Well, I can give you an understanding on that because I've worked for the food industry. So when you have people, so when you have these small businesses, because a lot of them went out of business, they didn't adapt and they couldn't adapt because for the simple fact of
I can't wait to party with her.
the simple fact of you got these big corporations like you talking about moms and pops like been around for years. Yeah, the foot traffic is what made them. When you no longer have foot traffic, people can't come to you like they want. You lose business. Other than with the big corporations, McDonald's, things like that, they always had a drive-through. Not everybody got a drive-through.
Well, they had a drive-through, but
then you're talking about the food purchases. So in order to run if you got a food place, you got to buy food. But a lot of the food, even then, it wasn't coming in because they had everything shut down. plants, all that
No,
stuff.
the,
I know.
the plants and stuff, but I know some of the I know for California, it was just like I don't know. I don't know if people didn't see the wave that was coming because this was going to actually hit before the way that these big corporations and stuff was actually doing things. It was already to crush the little mom and pop shops because y'all are taking the little money that we want and they're coming to you and you're doing deals and all this cheaper and all this stuff and being more in your community and we want that little bit of money. So this was going to happen regardless. The way the pandemic happened, it sped it up because when everything was shut down, mom and pop shops and stuff was shut down, hair, barber, all that stuff everything was shut down. These big corporations, they were still moving around. Target for sure, Walmart for sure, Stater Brothers, all these places were still moving around. The Cardenas, our Cardenas was closed.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this.
It was just interesting.
For us, for me out here, the Walmart literally opened up. You know how some Walmarts are open 24 hours? So literally, they was open from 7 in the morning and they would close at 8. And that would be it. Okay. You had to go in there and get what you're going to get and get out. And then they had only a certain amount of people can come in. And then you had to deal with restaurants literally going out of business. You have to deal with it's so much stuff that has happened. Even at my job, my job I was at for 3 years when they started furloughing people because of we dealt with the restaurants uptown where I'm at. Schoolings on Tuesdays, like no school when the kids were out of school. Like you talking about no work, like it wasn't shit to do. And so then you losing hours. So then they got to furlough drivers that's been there for years. People who've been there for years had to, you just lost your job. Collect unemployment. What, nigga, what you mean collect unemployment? If I collect, you know how long it's going to take? I got a mortgage to pay. Ain't no telling how long unemployment's going to take. So therefore, when it popped off, it was crazy. And when you have all this stuff, it came from China or wherever the hell it came from. No, y'all created this virus. It's the reason why Dr. Fauci made all that money because of the vaccine. He created the vaccine. He created the goddamn virus. Like, ain't nobody stupid.
Well,
Nobody's
I think
stupid.
that they create. Yeah, I mean, America.
This virus was created. This virus was created because it mutated too damn fast. If you do the research, viruses don't mutate that fast. This virus was mutating fast as hell.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk freely of it, this whole virus was literally because China do it every fucking year. That's why they have a cap on how many babies you can have. Well, America, they come over here in America.
Josh, you're right. It was already made, bro. Election time come around, something always pop up during election time. It's always some type of virus. Last election, it was Ebola. And they tried to say it came from Africa. Like what?
Africa said ain't shit came up over here. We tired of y'all saying shit comes from over here.
Exactly.
America makes majority of all viruses and vaccines that is put out there. Mm-hmm. And they do it because it's, first of all the way that
minimize the population.
It's the population. Because we are overpopulated because we didn't let everybody and their mama come over here and they populate because we're home of the land, free and brave. You can do all those things. But with that all being said, that's what this was all put for. But this time around, it was to target because it was time for coming up for an election, and it was target because the way that this rolled out. I mean, to be honest, I feel like it rolled out in 2019, but everybody say I'm crazy when I say that.
No, you're not crazy because I had it in 2019.
But
I had it at the end of 2019.
Yeah, because
I know what I had.
I almost died.
I still got my paperwork. Yep, I almost died in November. For real, like
Yeah,
talking about I had an
yeah.
upper respiratory infection. No,
Never had one in my life.
Never had one in my life. You damn right. So you can't tell me
But it's
that
when I say minimize the population, y'all know who the population is, right?
us, black people,
We the population. They trying to figure out
us.
why they keep populating.
What you,
How? We didn't put stuff in the food. We didn't took away the men and put them in jail. We didn't done this. We didn't done that. Y'all still fucking populate.
yeah, we're still populating, but you also got to understand
Oh, you bet.
this. We are the dominant race. We are the dominant race.
You better
Nobody want to
stop
talk about
playing.
that. Nobody want to talk
We
about
got
that though.
discussion.
Nobody want to talk about the fact that we are the dominant race. If we
Well,
have
the reason why
sex,
people don't want to talk about
if
that.
we have sex with anything, that baby coming out black, not white, not Indian. They coming out black.
And that's the part that they don't like. They don't like that. They don't like that if they, and that's their whole existence. Their whole existence is to go, conquer, and breed. That's it. That's their existence. Go, conquer, and breed. They the only ones I know who carry diseases on their back like monkeys. They the only ones that I know who do that. And they keep saying, oh, this came from the animals. This came from bats. No, them motherfuckers, them Asian people been eating bats for God knows how fucking long, and anything else that comes up from the goddamn sea or the goddamn rainforest. And they ain't never got sick for.
Yep. So look, it's crazy. Josh is right. So I did some research on what a coronavirus is. You can get a coronavirus out of a dog mouth. It's a virus. Yeah. Like it's so basically what they doing is they put these viruses together and coming up with shit and slicing them and making strands.
Yeah.
And they letting them marinate.
Science.
Yeah. And they letting them marinate. And then, let me go ahead and throw this out here. And then
so what do you think? So what do you think this time? Because see, I'm just gonna say that every person on this planet have gotten this virus somehow, some way. It's in your system, okay?
Yeah.
So you go and you get this vaccine. People don't understand the reason why black people don't want to get a vaccine. They say, oh, you need to just forgive your history. That's not what it is. We're trying to help you. I mean, I didn't see Michelle Obama. I didn't see Mr. Obama himself, Mr. Barack. I didn't see everybody and their mama that's black telling black folks they need to go and get this shot.
I don't trust none of them motherfuckers.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, because when you got the shot, that could have been fucking sugar water. I don't feel that you are actually being genuine, because if you look at the history, we are always the fucking guinea pigs because our immune system is tougher than everybody else. I said it. That's what it is. We are the chosen ones. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And people don't, that's intimidation. That's where this, because I'm just trying to figure out, how do you look at me and I'm just so aggressive? How the color of my skin makes you feel this way?
Well, it's stereotype.
Stereotype is this. So
it's a stereotype.
I'm like, but why? It's
because of what they see. Because of what
wonder why we're the way that we are.
Seen. Because of what they've seen. See, you can't be aggressive. Somebody can do something for you, and they don't want you to respond in an aggressive way. But first of all, that's why I said what I said when it comes to responding. When you respond, so say somebody do something to me, right? You can't tell me how to respond. If I respond with a ass whooping, or I respond with a gun to your head, it's a response of what you done.
Josh said tell her to play Ice Cold by K-Camp.
Yeah.
Girl, you got requests.
You playing music. You got her request.
Woo-wee. You want the tahini? I want some what?
How did they hear that? Was that when I came on? Like, how did they hear that song? Oh, when I came on, I'm on this song right now. I'm on this song
what
right
song
now.
Is that?
Listen.
She and her feelings, bro.
It's not feeling. She's just feeling good. He said, I mean, since I'm here, you might as well go ahead and come on here and express yourself.
I can send you the link, bro.
God.
You want
We don't bite. Come on, Josh. We don't bite. We don't. I mean, shoot.
I'm an 80s, 90s
But
baby, so you know.
Well, I'm an R&B fanatic, so
I never heard you play music.
you ain't never heard me play what music?
What happened? What'd you say?
So for me, since we're on the topic of music, for me, it's if we're talking about groups, it's 112, Jagged Edge.
You don't know about nothing about that piece
Still-
of cream.
What, girl? What? What? Someone got raped on the dance floor at the age of 13 when that music came on. What you talking about? That. Who else? When it comes to R&B, like new R&B, it's Alex Isley,
Mm-mm.
Lucky Day. I gotta go through my list, yo. Like,
Oh
talking
God!
about-
Now you gotta pull out the list.
I do gotta pull out the list
so
because
much. Well, I
No, see.
agree with World War II, with the war.
Mm-hmm.
They have been doing this for centuries. They just changed the form of it. But their whole thing is to get rid of us.
All right, I got you, bro. I'm finna
That's
send you
just
the
what
link
it is.
right now. I'm sending it to your messenger.
They've been doing that forever. They're trying to find any and every way to get rid of us. They can't do it. They're like, damn. Because if you look at any of the amendments, the laws, or don't fit for us. We still being used as guinea pigs like we was being used as guinea pigs years ago. Wasn't that long ago. But they don't want you to remember that. But I know that this time around, I think it's gonna make people sterile. I think that's what
You
that
know
vaccine
what?
is doing.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it.
Because I was looking at this TV show. And like I said, not to get into like conspiracy, but I was looking at this TV show and I find this shit very funny.
They put the magnet on their arm.
No.
You heard about that?
It was
if you got Pfizer, I think if you got not Pfizer, if you got the other one, not Johnson & Johnson, but that other one, they put a magnet on your arm. I sent it, bro. Through your message. Madura. And they put a magnet on their arm where they got the shot at them. That magnet stuck to their arm. I thought that was crazy.
I don't. I mean, you have Microsoft top guy working on vaccines. Bitch, you do computers. How the fuck are you in the medical field?
Are you talking about Bill Gates?
Why are you?
Bill Gates?
Hell yeah.
So he getting ready. Him and what's the name getting ready to build a nuclear reactor in Wyoming.
Yeah, his ass is in trouble right now with the I think with India. And the reason why he's in trouble right now is because the vaccine that's killing all the people in India, he was the one who administered it over there. And they asked him, their doctors, their top doctors and stuff or their CDC organization asks, and the WHO organization asks, what's in that vaccine? And he basically told them, go fuck yourself. I ain't telling y'all shit. I don't have to.
Yep. See? Not playing them games. Sorry.
I'm straight. Is Josh coming or no? What are we doing?
I sent him the link. He should be coming.
He said send it.
I sent it.
God, don't be playing no old stuff.
What you talking about, yo? Whatever's on my. What you talking about? Tell me what I can't play.
I just want you
Don't be playing no old stuff.
so much.
This is bedtime by Usher. What you talking about? This is that classic shit. This is Usher's second album. My Way.
Yeah,
What,
no,
girl?
you got-
You better get it right.
I don't know. I don't find Archie sexy, so that's probably why.
I wanna hold you.
I don't know.
I want you inside of these songs.
I don't know. Maybe ever since the stories came out that he was a sex addict, I was just like,
A lot of them are. Kelly Rowland's a sex addict.
first
Shit.
of all,
But everybody,
you
a
better
lot
be
of them
still
are
alone.
sex addicts. She's a sex
So,
addict.
First
Janet
of all,
Jackson.
so
Janet
the
Jackson
topic
is a
is
sex
mental
addict.
health, right? The
Yep.
topic is mental health. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cause I need your love.
we'll leave Kelly alone, too. She's sexy, though.
But yep.
We waiting on Marcel and the other individual that
And
wanted
Josh.
to come up, and Josh.
Marcel said he was on a fight on the way home.
He was on a flight on the way home. What did you say, girl?
He was
Oh, he
watching
went and
a
watched
fight.
the fight.
Watching a fight. And he
No,
was on
Yeah,
the way
like
home.
Mayweather
Yeah.
fought.
no kid, like everybody's watching a fight right now. I'm not watching
Yeah.
Mayweather because it's all publicity.
That
Why,
nigga
is
said
that
he
what
made
you
$30
watching right
million.
now?
Actually, my Xbox is on. I wasn't watching it. I watch clips and stuff, but it don't interest me.
Who's
It don't interest
fighting?
me. Mayweather was fighting one of
Mayweather,
the YouTubers. Mayweather was fighting one of the YouTubers, Logan
a
Paul.
YouTuber. I didn't know it was a YouTuber. Oh my god, that's epic.
Logan Paul.
Do you know like how much did he make off of this? At least like half of
So
what
so so
Mayweather did.
so Mayweather. So Logan Paul, I know Mayweather said before with the promotions and stuff, he had made 30 million. He said he might make up to 150 million. Mayweather said he may make up to 150 million when everything's over.
Talk about clout chasing. That's a hell of a clout chase to get your ass beat
50
by
million.
fucking 50 million
I
to
think
get your
I
ass
think I
beat by
think Jo-
Mayweather.
I think Josh just said Paul made 20 mil.
Josh, are you coming up Joshua Valentine? And are you really like
Hey
a
bro, I sent you the
Valentine?
link.
Like, do
Is
you
his
really
last
like
name
give
really
out?
I've been doing.
Valentine?
Like,
yeah,
does
his last name is Valentine.
Yeah, does he give out Valentine
His last name
Day
is Valentine
gifts?
for real?
Like,
His last name Valentine. Yes.
does he have
I've been doing
Valentine's
Josh since
Day
6th grade.
gifts?
7th grade.
6th grade. Oh, now we 6th grade.
7th
Okay.
grade.
Now we
7th
getting
grade.
somewhere.
Yeah.
7th grade. We getting somewhere. 6th grade. 7th grade. Okay. We getting somewhere.
Well, I like your name.
Valentine, you
unique.
gotta have a 4-page letter or something when you come up here. You
For
know,
real.
I'm sending him a
You don't need
4-page
no 4-page letter, bro. You good. Ain't nobody read it.
I closed it with a kiss. His name
You
is
closing what with
Valentine.
the kiss? You closing what
And
with a
when I
kiss?
write him, he better get it on time.
See, Josh.
I'm sending him a 4-page letter.
All right.
And when I write him, he better.
Marcel, where you at, bro?
Oh, where is he
man,
at? Is he here? Because we
No,
can
not
tell
yet.
where
He
he at. I'm getting
He needs to
tired
come
of
on,
him
man.
procrastinating. You, bro.
He could have put this shit
I
on his
need some more
phone.
strawberries and cotton, you know what I'm saying?
Strawberries and what? Whipped cream? 112? What? Okay, hold on.
Oh, no, I already had that.
I wanna
I already
do.
had that. Got my dip and everything. She was already licking and
Why we
laughing
always-
earlier.
Wait, go back. What was that? Go back.
Go back.
This?
Go back.
112 first off.
That's what happened. We need love is what we need in mental health. We need love and mental health.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Josh said he tried to do it from his phone.
He can tell him just
You gotta copy
So what
it
you wanna
and
do is
paste
you-
it.
I already
You
sent
copy
it
it
to
and
his
paste it
messenger.
into the search engine. If you can't get it
Yeah.
from the actual link, you gotta copy it into the search engine. Guy, really?
Oh, hold on. Let me just try to make it for the note. I'm gonna switch up this.
This is what I listen to. Like, so with my I'm on iTunes and I made a whole track playlist. So I got a whole playlist of all my R&B that I listen to.
You need to send that to me. Like, what do you
Okay.
mean iTunes? Wait, you're an Android user. What?
Verizon. What you talking about? I get free iTunes. When you
Are you
Android, you get free
serious?
iTunes. Yes. When you,
Really?
I get iTunes.
You
On my
gotta send me
Android.
the link. Send me the link.
Here we go.
I don't know about that. That's that heartbreak. You don't know about that. That's that heartbreak right there. That's when you play. After you see him in the club, you be like, oh, really?
You better let the intro come on, guys.
It's classic shit. This is classic shit. She is listening. Have no fear. And you know my love is
Yo, how about that? Yo. Nope, bring me some soda.
I just need to hear Kim's part. Let me hear little Kim part, guys.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. What up, bro?
What's the deal?
Yeah.
What's the deal, bro? What's been going on, man?
I'm loving what y'all doing.
I'm trying, bro.
Hey.
Bro, you got graves on the top of your head already?
Yeah, bro. Hey, it's hereditary. My dad, man, he cursed me before he went to heaven, fool.
I'm like, bro, like, what?
Hey, look, I'm about to go get that Jamaican cocoa bean.
How you been, though, man? How you been?
Man, living, bro. Living. Trying to take care of the family.
I feel you, bro.
Okay, all right, let this part play.
Let it play.
Who you loving, who you wanna be hugging, sipping on your ninja Honda with your t-shirt brother. Nobody to James Bond, physical fitness, Mary Blige be my witness. Under pressure, I lie for you, think about it, lie for you, right hand high for you. Because
she is having a whole ball over there with her mic. You know, just Chrissy her mic back, girl. Get Chrissy her mic back. All right, so that is classic music.
It
101.
is. Right,
okay?
right.
But it's healing music too.
That's classic music.
Period.
So I got a question for y'all. Have y'all heard about the scandal?
Yeah, I heard it from you.
Okay, so supposedly somebody from Death Row, I guess it was 15, say that he had sex with Mary J. Blige. She was 25, he was 15.
That's fucked up. You played her song and then you just put her in the dirt.
No. So, but this is, I did my research, bro. Like I already know, like it can't be true because at the time she was married to KC, from JoJo and KC, or JoJo, whatever was which one, the one with the glasses, Mary J, not the bald headed one. She was married to the other one. So my thing is this, and this is why she had a little issues in the beginning because she was in a relationship with him and he used to beat her ass.
I thought that was no. Was that Mary J or was that
that was Mary J?
Tretch and Pepper.
That was Mary J.
No, that was Mary J.
No,
that was Mary J too, bro.
That was Mary J.
Yeah, she tapped that ass on Pepper too.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They talked about it on the show.
Yep. And but Mary J, Yeah, it was toxic, bro. Like her KC, he did that coat. He was on that coat, and yeah, he was going upside her head.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy. But yeah, and that's why I don't, man. For him to even come out with that bullshit, and she getting this type of award, some honorary award, and he come out with some bullshit like that. Like, bro, why do y'all wait so long to say something? And this woman is what, and 50? Just
Well,
50?
like I
40
said,
something?
when we talked about this last time, like I said, it's the same thing that happened with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was trying to get, I think it was ownership of some
CBS.
Yeah.
He was going to buy
and
CBS.
they had to shut that shit down. It's just like when Ice Cube and I think Ice Cube and who was it? Was it Dr. Dre?
LL Cool J.
LL.
LL.
They was trying to
They're trying to
bring
buy,
up their own.
yeah, buy their
And
own network.
they had all kind of bad stuff, but then that's what they do because
But
they
also,
don't
it
want
goes
us to
back
have
to
any
Michael.
ownership of shit.
It goes back to Michael. See, Michael owns. A lot of
Michael
people don't
is big
understand, but
old.
Michael owned a stock, so much stock in Sony that he was owning everybody music that was part of Sony.
Exactly.
Beyonce, he owned all their music.
Mhm.
It was that's how he
Yeah.
went and bought the Beatles catalog. But Michael was getting ready to
Mhm.
buy Sony, period, before he went out.
Yeah, he was in the process of buying Sony before he went out. He owned Destiny Child. He owned I think he owned like a piece of Universal too.
Yep.
Because they was on Universal. Because there was a lot of like Destiny Child, all in Beyonce.
So
That's
y'all
why
remember
like when they say that.
Go ahead.
Y'all remember when Eminem got into it and Eminem music stopped getting played on the radio? Michael Jackson did that.
Yep.
Eminem spoke
But
up
he
on
did it.
Oh.
But he did it in such a kingly way, though.
And that's why
Like,
Eminem had to come. He had to come out with Shady 4-5.
record, all that stuff.
Yep.
That's why Eminem had to come out with Shady 4-5, his own internet radio station, because Michael literally shut his shit down.
Well, I mean,
after a while, Michael had like how what's the percentage did he have? He had like over 50%.
Yeah.
It was
like Michael.
I want to say 65 to 70 of stuff is.
I mean, the man was very intelligent, regardless of what people may thought and all these allegations and stuff. But he was very intelligent. He knew what he was doing, and it's just sad that the way that everything happened, and a lot of people, the way stuff is happening.
Well, it goes to
I feel like he did it.
That goes to show that sometimes we don't. I honestly, how I feel about it, it's the same thing. To piggyback on all the questions, because I'm in the chat now. So it's like when you were saying when I was saying the lack of research, as far as, not to go back, but the lack of research as far as the vaccinations, like we hear so much bad shit about these vaccinations to a point where we don't do our own research to find out about these vaccinations.
No, we use that as facts. Well, such and such said that on Facebook, so it's facts.
Right.
Okay. So can I chime in on that? Because let me tell you, today I was in Whole Foods and I had to go pick up my little Saint Michelle, my little Rinsling wine today. And there's a older man. He's probably in his 70s. He's been working for Whole Foods for years. And we were happy to see each other after 14 months because we like, look, you taking a vaccine, we not taking this shit. Like if we can take vitamins, beet juice, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, I'm not taking that shit if I don't get those motherfucking antibodies in my shit that would infect my immune system. So we were chit-chatting because we hadn't seen each other for a while. And there was another customer that was like, she was like bionic ears, like she couldn't wait to be in public and be like, okay, let me hear if they've been vaccinated or not. Like it was so fucking like, I don't know what the hell was ironic. So we were talking and because I'm in the customer service field, I service the public. I'm aware of people who like, they just standing there looking like this, but they look away. It's like, you want something. So I'm like, I'm like, ma'am, hi, do you need help? You know, because if you need more intermediate help than I do, he can serve you. Because bitch, you looking at me. Mind you, this is a Caucasian, pure Caucasian white man talking to an African American woman with her African American child. You get what I'm saying? You already know what the statistics are when it comes to us. So she's like, "Oh yeah, I was." She tried to join us. I overheard what you guys were saying about the vax, and she was like, "Yeah, I was vaccinated." Me and him, we were like, "Shit." We're like, "Hey, 14 months, we ain't been vaccinated, ain't got COVID." We like, "Hey, bitch." We like, "Bitch, you over there looking at us? You mad at us? We haven't been vaccinated, but you're mad." So she tried to incorporate herself in our conversation, and I had to as a black woman, like shut that shit down for him. Like, yo, like either she needs your customer service or she's being funny and political in the wrong place at the wrong time. So long story short, she tried to give her input, and when this black bitch right here wasn't having that shit, I sent her ass on the way with her vaccination. Like, bitch, you're not gonna sit up here and try to bring your political bullshit in because you got vaccinated. Like, me and him, we were talking. It had nothing to do with you.
Yep.
Nothing at all. So I just wanted to give my input in that. Like, it's almost like 2 years. It'll be 2 years in fucking March. That since COVID hit, and
December actually.
January.
Like December.
December, so you're gonna count it on December? You don't want to count it on when we got shut down?
You got to.
Okay.
I'm sorry. In that case, then y'all need to go all the way back to fucking October.
Period.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
out here in Riverside County, they didn't know. Everybody at the school was getting sick. They said it was a bug that was going around.
No, it's the flu. Don't say a bug, bitch. It was the flu. Girl, it was the flu, bitch.
That wasn't no damn flu. Now look, I know people.
I was staying in LA when first started talking about, and I was like, what, 19?
Nah.
20?
19 into 19, early 20. Because I had it in November of 2019.
I had it in October. I had it. My husband had it. My grandma had got it. My mom had got it. My mom actually got it in September. She got it in. That's what I said. Let's just say that people didn't know what it was, but people got it back in 2019, which makes sense why they're saying it's COVID-19 because that's when that shit started. It just got bad because people didn't know. And people have to be told to wash their hands and shit and wash their ass. But people didn't know, and people was basically marinating. And now, it got worse and worse. They put some more out there because they always spraying shit. They put more out there, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So, this situation got worse because I have never had. I mean, they didn't even know when we went up to Banny, to that hospital. They said, well, it could be the flu, but it's not giving flu symptoms. Me and my husband felt like we was fucking dying. We was
couldn't breathe, right? Couldn't breathe.
Could not breathe. Could not eat.
Chest hurt.
Couldn't
chills, chest.
Couldn't swallow.
Couldn't breathe. Couldn't swallow. None of that. It felt like we was fucking dying. And all they can tell us is it might be the flu. Bitch, this is not no flu because I don't get the flu. Well, it could. We don't think it's a respiratory, but we'll test for that to see if that's what's going on.
They told me I had a respiratory infection.
They didn't know what the fuck it was. Well, they told that in your state. They told you that in California. They was telling everybody there was flu.
Body aches.
Did you have body aches? I had body
aches. Body aches. You talking about? Don't touch me. Just don't touch. Don't touch me.
Bro, I will wake up. Remind you,
it was a near-death experience.
I was working in the cold at Cisco, bro. I drove a forklift in the cold, in the cooler, right? And I'm at work. I got on a full suit. I'm talking about a full freezer suit. Nigga, I'm hot. Not cold. I'm hot. Like what? So then I get off the forklift. I'm like, man, my body hurt like hell. I called my wife. I'm like, babe, I'm finna go to the ER. I don't feel good. So I go. I'm thinking I got the flu, bro. I've never had the flu a day in my life. Never.
Right.
I don't get sick like that. So when I go, and they like, it's possible it's the flu or you have an upper respiratory infection. I'm like, I ain't never had what? I don't smoke. The fuck you talking about? Upper respiratory infection. So they do all that, and then you fast forward to 2020 of March, and I'm like, that's what the fuck that was? What?
Yeah,
I had all them
that's
symptoms.
the
My wife, and I told my wife, I said, I had all them symptoms. I had all of them.
and that's like I said, it's a near death experience. It's something they could have helped those people. I feel like they didn't have to put them on ventilators and stuff. They could actually help
The ventilators what killed
There
them.
was a science.
The ventilators what killed
It
them.
was the scientist. It was a scientist that worked in the virus, like Dr. Fauci and stuff like that, who actually came out. And it's so funny with a lot of scientists who came out, even in China and stuff, that fucking just, I don't know, disappeared. off
Hey, you
the
guys,
face of the
give me a
planet.
second. I'm gonna run
But-
to the bathroom if that's fine.
All right. Okay, bro. Go ahead. You good?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. But it was a lot of scientists that disappeared. It was like the scientist was trying to tell everybody back in 2019 this shit's about to hit.
Yep.
And that motherfucker disappeared. There's a scientist who said, well, why aren't we using the medication and the drugs that we actually have that will actually fight this? Because America has other things to do. The globe has we're overpopulated. They don't understand that they're the ones who fucked up this whole planet. Y'all did this. It wasn't us. Y'all did this shit. Because y'all are so greedy. We gotta build. When I moved out here to Hemet, it was so many empty lots. And the reason why it was empty was because it was like the endangerment animals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they started building houses and shit in these areas?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, oh, the animals are coming into our homes. Bitch, that was their home.
That was their home before y'all got here. What you talking about?
This is just.
I kid you not. It's what they're doing out here.
Like,
it's what they're doing out here.
Every empty
all
lot.
the trees.
Is it every
all
empty?
the trees.
Ain't no trees. Do you remember doing this whole pandemic? I think it was before the pandemic, before they actually said it was actual pandemic. The rainforest was on fire. And they was literally sitting there. The man, I guess, who's over it was sitting there literally letting that motherfucker burn. Letting it burn. That's where we get majority of our medicines and stuff. And I said, they really trying to go towards this GMO, every fucking thing. Everything is fucking GMO. There is nothing that's actually grown. Nope, everything's fucking in the fucking lab. Yep. And that's the crazy thing. That's why, I tell my sister all the time when she says, well, we're vegan. They've been vegan for, about 4 or 5 years now. They've been vegan. And I said, she was like, because the meat and stuff, GMO and all something. So what do you think plants are?
Yeah. A lot of plants. if you're not growing it yourself, you don't know where it's coming from.
But even with that, I don't even believe that you're actually getting the seeds that they want you to have. It's all to. I mean, I'm sorry. That's what I think, because there's no way that I got some green fucking bananas. I just got the green bananas today, and you mean to tell? Usually it takes a couple of days for it to turn yellow, and you mean to tell me them bitches turn green overnight? Oh hell no!
See, the thing. See what they didn't tell you is there's a red banana too.
What's a red banana?
A red banana is very good. It's a red banana in a Caribbean. Also, with a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't know. What a lot of people don't know
is it Barbados? Is it Jamaica?
When you talk about planting your own food, you have to. A lot of the soil these days that we are digging up is not minerals. There's no minerals in the soil.
No, it's not.
So the minerals that they say you're getting, the minerals that they're talking about the minerals they're talking about you getting in your vegetables these days. There's no minerals because the dirt that they building it. I mean that they planting stuff in. There's no minerals in the soil. Yeah,
it's chemical based, so that's why you get steroid like fucking vegetables and shit and all that. That shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man.
Like for instance, I don't eat dog. I eat salmon. I eat red snapper. Anything else, I'm not eating. I'm not touching no tilapia.
Period.
Hold on,
I'm not
wait.
touching none of that.
Hold on, wait. Why? I'm missing. I love tilapia. Hold on, wait.
Tilapia is not, bro. Tilapia is not real fish.
Okay.
Tilapia is not real fish at all. Like they
It's like processed.
it's like, yeah.
It's
So
processed. The ones up here in the state is processed. The ones that they have, because I know that my husband was telling me about that from back home, and they do a lot of fishing and stuff from back home. He was like,
and you ain't never heard nobody catching no tilapia. You can't catch tilapia in the ocean.
and
You
he
gotta
was
go
like, it was kind
somewhere
of
like South America and all that shit to go catch
it's
certain
like
shit.
farm. It's like the farm or something.
The
over there.
farmers,
Farm fish or something.
Mhm.
Farm fish. Yep.
Farm grown fish.
It's farm
yeah.
fish. And them
I
fishes
like
in the
tilapia.
farm.
Yeah,
but
I like
you
tilapia.
gotta-
Fuck all that.
You also dealing with
When I
Yeah,
can't
but when
get
you talking
catfish, red snapper, halibut, all the Maui, I can't get all that tilapia shit. Ain't never said me wrong.
all right. So with tilapia also eats
Don't
whatever's in that,
don't even go
whatever's
there
in there.
because I don't
I'm just
want
saying.
you. I don't want to talk about that because I like it.
I'm just telling you, like.
First of all, we not going. I mean, we ain't had it in a couple of months. Actually, we ain't had it in almost a year. Now that I think about it, dang, now I want some. But I'll go get some red snapper. They got a fish place down there in Pomona. It's well worth it. Mom and pop shop. They know what to do. As long as they cut the head off. I don't like looking at nothing while I'm trying to eat it.
If you're gonna go to Pomona, you might as well go to LA and go to a fish market.
You gotta go to them hole in the walls. Them the ones that be fire.
Yep.
That's that place down in Pomona. I'd rather go there. I mean, they've been there forever. So I'd rather go there. But my brother was telling me about a new spot that they got over there by the Ontario Mills. So he said they got a new spot over there. It's all black people. It's a fish-owned place. It's all black people. They give you a lot of fish and a lot of food, greens, macaroni and cheese. I'm like, I'm gonna have to test the waters and see what's up.
If you're ever in Texas, you need to go to Seafood Connection.
Oh, fuck Texas. They doing crazy shit out there right now. It's gonna be a while before I go out there.
So what they doing in Texas? I'm lost.
Shit, Texas is just like LA,
crazy
right?
ass shit.
Texas
Shit
like
out there. Fuck that.
Are you serious, Josh?
Have you guys seen that the body cam? You remember the story that they were saying about the before the George Floyd incident, that it was something similar that happened like that in Louisiana?
No,
Okay, I forgot the guy's name, but it was it was probably worse than that. Forgot the guy's name. It was in Louisiana. He took the police on a speed chase or something like that. They basically killed the man by tasing him to death. Then they handcuffed him. Then after they handcuffed him, they handcuffed his feet and drug him.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
They handcuffed his feet.
Fuck.
Drug him.
The name.
And then they was tasing him. And then they killed him, crashed his car, and told his mom and everybody in his family that he died in a car wreck.
What?
Yep.
But it was
and when the body footage came out,
body footage just came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been what?
Total different story.
3 years. It was by like what?
About 3 years, yeah.
By like a year.
Oh, you talking about the black man?
Yeah,
the older cat.
Okay. The George Floyd incident.
Are you
that
serious?
Body cam and that audio came out. Yeah, bro.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah. What?
It's crazy because they're showing you it. They're showing, and it's it pisses me off, bro.
It does, and the people and black folks don't know what to do with this anger.
They can't. They
so
don't. It's like
what do we do with this?
It's like a lose-lose. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all fucking with us, but we can't fuck with none of y'all. Like we can't.
But I keep telling my mom when we have these discussions, and I keep telling her, I say, see, you can only do so much to an animal. And I hate because that's the thing that they
Dr. Sale.
You can only back an animal to the corner till it
before.
starts fighting
Right.
back.
Who's doing
It's
animal
gonna
cruelty?
happen. What happened?
What up?
What happened?
What?
What
Who's
happened? No, it's not animal cruelty.
Not the
Well,
baby.
hey.
Who's killing the
Hey,
baby?
Josh, that's Marcel. Marcel, that's Josh. You know
What's
everybody
up?
else.
Hey,
Marcel.
How you
what
doing?
up, Josh? What's going on, King? Who's killing the babies now?
I see that sanitizer. You just
No,
got
we
home.
ain't doing no.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Let me speed you. Let me get you up to speed. We're
That's
talking
good coconut
about
oil.
what is black folks supposed to do with all their anger, and right now we are being pushed into a corner like animals. And what an animal does when it's pushed in a corner, it fights. And in a minute, and whether anybody want to hear it or not, it's gonna start being an eye for an eye in a minute. In a minute, that's what we're gonna be at war in a minute, and that's what it's gonna be. And a lot of people need to really mentally prepare themselves for this war that's coming, because it's coming. Because black people are tired, and you can only endure so much to the point to where you ticking time bombs, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna definitely happen. And I don't think that they, they're saying this, we're like that, but I don't think they really understand the mentality and the things that they're putting on us, and making you see it, because that's supposed to induce fear. Like, if you do this, this is what happens if you do this. Because they're trying to get you back to that slave mentality. Fucking up everybody's world now. Because I know when I watch this, I'm just like, what the fuck? I read about it, I'm like, damn.
I knew we was in real trouble when that boy was at that KKK rally hitting all them black folks. I knew it, and Trump didn't say nothing about it. Really.
Are you talking about up here in it was in South Carolina? What are you talking about? When they ran all them people down?
Ran all them people down. And
all them people down.
And then Trump come out.
In Charlottesville. Yep.
Yeah.
North
Carolina be having some shit popping off too.
No, well, I don't know. Not out where I'm at. Trust and believe. I'm in where the city at. Charlotte.
It ain't nowhere near you. That's true. I'll message in a minute and be like, how far is that to you? Because they tripping. Cops is tripping. How far are you? How far? I'm gonna just stay indoors. Keep your family safe.
I know one thing. I'll tell you this. We went paintball shooting the other day, and let me tell you something. The way them white folk were prepared for paintballing, I know we ain't ready for no goddamn Civil War. Let me tell you something. We all went up there, and look, you had about 10 good black folk that can shoot. 10. The rest of us could not, and all 100 of them could, and it was ready for that ass. And I got to thinking, if it cracked off today, I mean, look, we were just there for fun. They got whole tents there. They camp in there. They do this.
It's serious. It's like what they do, yeah.
Bro, the first thing that hit my mind was, if a civil war broke out right now, are we ready? Are we ready? We talk that shit, but ain't nobody throwing hands. They got snipers. They got all of that. And then I thought about what was that man? What was that army man name in the past? Bronner,
Donner.
Black dude.
Black dude.
I said
Donner or something.
Donner. Yeah. It was up in Big Bear. That's what they call him at.
Yeah, I said that one black man did take down some stuff. So we got some hits.
He did some shit. Wasn't he military?
Yeah.
He's military. See, do you know his story?
He did some shit.
Do y'all know his story?
I know the whole story.
Yeah.
And they tried to blackmail him or some shit like that. And he basically was like, hell no. They fired him, and that nigga went on a rampage, started smoking niggas, like top commissioners and all that. Like,
I remember that.
It was the chief's daughter. Popping off everybody.
Yeah, I was watching that live.
He went back to his military days.
Yeah, we cool with that. As a whole, though, they ready. Y'all think we ready for that? As a whole, y'all think we ready?
Hell no.
And out here, it's even more crazy because you have the right to conceal. So it's like,
hey man, where you at? Where you at, Ken?
Huh? I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So
God
it's
damn.
it's different, So
He
it's
from
like,
LA though.
yeah, I'm originally from LA. I grew up
Yeah.
in South Central area, but I moved out here. But
Ooh.
uh,
Are the laws different out there than from California?
huh?
Mhm.
Are the laws totally different than LA, or are they about the same?
They're about the same,
They're about the
but
same.
I mean, it's the same. Like,
I'm
cause
just
at
scared to
first,
go to another area.
the first 6 years, I was out in a little country town called Buckeye, Arizona. Then I moved recently to Glendale, and you can
Oh, my
tell the
sister
city.
moved out there to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
To that.
you can tell the difference between the country area and the city area. The city area is more lenient. The country area, nigga, them niggas pulling you over with 6 police cars type shit.
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. Look, I'm not trying to be comfortable and I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm telling you, man, I'm being a California man for 34 years of my life. I am scared to go to another region and get caught up in a pickle just because I got a gram of weed in my car and the laws are different. I didn't know about it. Now I'm locked up for 5 years because I want to get an 8.
Well, that's
You know what I'm
majority of
saying?
majority of the South, if I'm not mistaken. But as far as Arizona, they
Man,
legalized weed
that's
now.
crazy.
This Biden
Man,
thing went down. They had it legal, but to a certain
Everybody's
extent,
everybody's legalizing it now.
everybody's
yeah,
not.
everybody's
Oh, okay.
like
That's like
Arizona is
LA
like
now.
LA now. Like you go in
You
there
take your
with
ass
an
to
ID
Tennessee.
and you can do your thing. But before then, last year it wasn't like that. It was more
Mm-mm.
so you have to have a rec card. The rec card is $350, and now,
Damn,
yeah, bro.
350.
Yeah, bro. And now it's crazy because
That's so disrespectful.
you got
$40 out here.
all these people now,
So
that
disrespectful.
done been had weed and all this stuff like that. You get them IDs. So it's the same, it's similar. It's similar.
Yeah.
The laws are similar,
I
different
I
don't know
don't
things.
nothing
like
about
how
it. I
I
don't
don't like
smoke.
how they legalized weed. Period. I don't like how they did it because I feel like it's
Oh,
just another way to trap black men in a different way, and then it's basically
No,
another way to tax them.
Well, yeah,
no,
I
no.
I,
how
I,
about
They
I don't
they
like
legal
it.
with
It
that
is.
now.
I
Hold
don't
on,
like
hold on,
it.
hold on,
I
hold
don't
on,
like
how
it.
about
I
legalizing
would
it?
want to
hold
say
on.
the youth,
Wait,
not just
wait,
black.
wait, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute, man.
Like if everybody comes from a ganja weed background, whatever you want to call it, like we know what we need to do when it's illegal. You know what I mean? Like we know we know when we need to put it up, hide it, tuck it, or whatever else.
Everybody try to do all
I
that.
get what you're
No
saying.
weed.
But the crazy thing, not to cut you off, the crazy thing that just came to mind is crazy how we can research marijuana more than we can research different things that'll get us
Our
away.
ethnic roots. Yeah, yeah, our
Right.
ethnic roots. Yeah, yeah. You were scared to say it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hey man,
Not.
hey, been vibing all day, man. Hold up.
No, no. What you mean? What you mean? You related marijuana? You. No, I'm not. I'm a
Yo,
realist. Like and
yo,
when I hear stuff,
I
like
don't
I'm
discriminate.
gonna. I'm just saying, like you can relate to marijuana, but you can't relate to the African roots and African American and Black Power and you know what I mean, like pro Black roots and I'm just saying, like yeah, that's what she meant. Just saying.
You're right though.
So what? I mean, I don't smoke
But it's
marijuana, so I don't.
but it's
If
another
anything,
distraction.
I'm the type of person that'll get a dispensary and let my daddy run that shit because I don't know nothing about it.
You don't smoke, guy?
No, never have.
How you not
I've
gonna
been around
excuse
people.
me, Marcel? How you not gonna know your friend not smoke? Excuse me.
First of all, he in regions I never even glanced at. That's number one. So I don't know what the hell he doing out there in the boondocks. Okay, that's number
Right,
one. Okay,
right.
come on. No, I can assume nothing. I can assume no. I don't know what he doing over there. What you doing over there? You smoke?
Who, me?
Latanya,
No.
you smoke?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I cannot. I have to be clean for employment reasons. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
They test periodically, so I gotta stay clean. So
I'm
I
gonna tell
only
y'all what though. I'm gonna tell
by
y'all what though.
chance alcohol by
So,
chance.
so, so this is the company. So y'all need to research companies who are not um testing for marijuana anymore
I know what you're talking.
because them are the companies to talk. Them are the
Like
companies to
Arizona,
work for.
It's gonna
Amazon.
come a point that
Amazon
nobody
said they
Amazon.
gonna be doing it.
I'm at Amazon, so
They have it to
they
where
ain't
they only
testing.
check
That
background.
that explains why they
Oh,
shit
It's
went up in
background.
flames. That explains why their shit went up in
That
No,
part.
flames.
hold on,
Okay.
time out.
Yeah, they
Amazon
were
is
they
testing.
were burning trees.
Amazon
I'm
is
just
Well, I can't
saying.
get my motherfucking packet. I
Hold
can't
on,
get
Hey,
my
Amazon
all
do
y'all,
drug tests?
Amazon no drug test no more. No, they're not.
See, that's what I'm talking
And
about.
that drug
Now
testing
we
for
moving
marijuana.
forward.
because I can't get my
That's what I'm talking
motherfucking
about.
packet on
So
We're
time.
moving
I heard
forward.
so Amazon so I got the rundown of what happened to that facility and where was it? In Fontana? Was it
No,
Fontana?
I don't know.
that wasn't in Fontana.
Okay. That wasn't
No, that
Fontana.
wasn't in
It
Fontana.
was the main distribution.
It's the main
It
distribution
was.
in Fontana because there's
Yeah,
one
it
in
was.
there's one in Moreno Valley.
What the hell just happened?
There's one in the one in
Do
Fontana
they
went up
even
in
use the
flames.
one in?
Yes,
Do
they
they
do.
even use the
They
one in
do.
Yes, they
But it's
did. When
it's
when COVID hit, they started using all of them.
yeah, because all right,
Oh, okay.
so certain y'all may see Amazon fulfillment on these buildings, but only certain Amazon stuff they do stuff. So the one I work at, we sort. No, we don't sort. We put shit up.
Right.
They offload it, send it out. It goes to another one where they put it in the trucks. They sort it and put it in the trucks, and then it goes out. The one in Fontana was the one that sent shit out. Then when that went down, they had to rearrange stuff at the Moreno Valley one and make it the shit that sent everything out because of the one that caught on fire, which I thought was crazy. Because what happened was it was electrical. And I said for the whole building to go up like that, it's electrical? I don't think so. Bro, the whole building was in flames. I said somebody burnt that motherfucker up. Y'all pissed somebody off, one of y'all employees, and they was like they set flames to that shit.
Do anybody know why Jeff Bezos is actually stepping down?
Because he has a case on his ass.
Who?
He has a no. The reason why he stepped down is because he got sued by employees because the tips that they was, as a driver, you used to get tips as a delivery, right? People would get, so they was taking the tips, right? They was taking tips, and they wouldn't give in the employees their tips, and plus when they got this last the bonus. So during the pandemic, there was like a $2 or $3 raise because you worked as an essential. They wasn't giving it to the employees. The employees wasn't getting it. So therefore, they had to back pay everybody, which cost them millions and millions of dollars. Which he got it. He's a billionaire. He's a billion times too.
Problem is that money's coming out from shareholders' pockets. So they voted his ass out.
They voted him out, and he had to step down, like Bill Gates. This whole ordeal with him. It wasn't the fact that his wife
Bill Gates
said, "Nigga, I don't want you."
Bill Gates is a little bit different.
He had to step,
but he was a little bit different.
He was fucking employee.
Shit.
He messed everything up for some pussy. I mean, excuse my language. Okay.
No. It's an understanding they had, bro. It's an understanding they always had.
Yes,
it just came out.
He broke that understanding. The understanding was between him and that one chick that he had in the past. That was it. But he went outside of that and was trying to get with somebody in the office. There was a whole little thing, all that stuff. That was extra. That was outside of the arrangement.
And then the Epstein guy also, that played a part in that too.
That's the most heartbreaking thing. That's the most heartbreaking thing. When I see a man lose the bag off some meow, and you lose the whole house, the bag and everything.
Bro, he didn't lose everything. He didn't lose everything. Listen. He didn't lose everything. He gave her equity in the company, bro. Just like Bezos, bro. Bezos had to give his wife
guy,
$7 billion.
No. Why are you guys saying this off the meow? Why it gotta be off the meow? Why it gotta be off the meow? Because men tend to
It always, it's all. I mean, we being straight up. It's always about the pussy at the end of the day.
You know what? I'm a mute.
You asked the question. You asked why. You asked the question, and we giving you insight. The insight is they make decisions. These people, these men has made decisions. These billionaires have made decisions.
But billionaires, you just blamed it on the Yussi. You just blamed it on the
Because
power
listen,
That's the situation that happened. That's why he got kicked out the house.
it's power.
In this particular situation, that's what happened.
Jay-Z.
I don't think really it's the power. I think it's just
who
power,
else?
period.
Wait.
power.
What are you saying?
I think it's just power. Period.
Hold on. Wait, hold on, damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Are we gonna act like pussy don't got power? Or we gonna act like the pussy ain't the most powerful thing in this world? Are we acting like that?
No. What you not know? What you not know? No. Hold on.
Let me get another
What y'all not gonna do is blame it on the power of the. You're not gonna.
Pussy did a lot of things.
Yeah,
So
money
what
too. Money. I think money is more.
power.
I think
You know
money
what?
is
That's a whole.
because money can pay for that.
My respect.
You know what? Money and that that come in a close first. That's 1A and 1B right there. That's 1A and 1B right there.
Yeah,
That's what
they go hand in hand. Money and pussy go hand in hand.
Hand in hand. Hand in hand.
Because pussy can get you money and money can get you pussy.
Man, that's KD and Irvin.
Hold on, okay, we're going off topic now. It's just like many.
We already off topic now. I want to know why.
We've been off topic.
Let's go hand in hand.
We were talking about why Bill Gates got
It's all Guy's fault.
He left the whole
That's my
bag
fault.
off that.
First of all, how come Bill Gates couldn't have been in a happy marriage? Why does Yussi have to detour him into the wrong decision makings of his freaking
That's what
investments?
led
Of
him
no,
to the
hold on,
wrong decision-making.
hold on. Why does Yussi have
Are you
I'll be back.
saying in your bed?
Oh no, I'm taking stuff down because I'm about to get in my pajamas. I'm tired of being cute and y'all getting serious.
You just
But
said that.
What?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
Exactly, Marcel. Hush.
That's a good one tonight.
You go.
Like I was saying, like you guys put it back on women
Hungry.
and our power.
I'll be right back. Y'all continue this
What else
conversation.
What else is it? What else is it?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, hold on. The man was in a happy relationship. He was a billionaire. The wife literally said, "You got to pass. So fuck this girl on a whole private island." He wanted more. That's the power of pussy. You always want more. Okay, you never get enough. That's what leads a man down. You can have all the money in the world. That pussy is gonna make you leave that money and have that bag gone over chasing that meow. Okay. You can have all the money in the world. You could be set. You can have
Where'd
money.
that go?
You can have. He said he'd be right back. You can have a beautiful wife. Look at Jay-Z. He got money. He got a beautiful wife. He almost cost his shit because he was on it. That's why that is the most powerful one of the most powerful things in this world. Yes, that distracts a lot of men.
Okay. So the topic is mental health. So the topic is hold on. The topic is mental health. So when will men learn to be mentally healthy in certain situations like that? Like, when will you be strong?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Okay. I'm gonna put my phone down. Go ahead and answer that.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Wait,
what do you
wait,
mean?
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean you don't know? But you were
How do
so
you?
strong. Your argument, your
No,
rebuttal, and
no, because
everything
your
that you
question
had
is
to
how do
say.
we mentally heal? I
Josh,
can't
go
answer
ahead and
that
turn
for
off your
everybody.
camera. Go ahead and
Nah,
turn off
I'm
your camera.
I can't
no
answer
no
that for
no
every
no
man.
no. I'm trying to process before I
And I
respond.
mean, like, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? You can't answer for every man, but I'm trying to process because that was a good question. So I'm trying to process your question. I can't just answer off the
Could
rip
you
like
ask
that.
that question again?
But
You wait. I'm not answering
Cynthia,
nothing. This is
I
a
said
no,
ask.
podcast,
he
and
I
you.
asked
said
it again.
No,
ask.
He
I
I'm
wanted
said
to
not.
ask
I'm.
ask.
that question again.
I said
He said,
ask.
can you ask the question again?
So now I gotta
Okay, ask it
reformulate.
again.
I'm gonna ask this. My God. See,
You don't
y'all
remember the
playing
question?
mind games. No,
That was a
it
good
wasn't the
question.
question.
It
She
was a good
got it.
question.
It was a good question.
It
That
was a good
was
question.
This.
That's what I'm saying.
got
You
it.
knocked me upside my head with that question. It paused me. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I don't know.
Okay,
What
so
was it?
it went back. It went back to mental health. So I said, what I said was, how can men be so strong or no, be so weak to like, oh, pussy is power, yussy is power, X, Y,
Mm,
and Z, and that's why empire may fall. So what happened to mental health? Like, okay, when do you let those mental capabilities kick in as a man to know that Yissy over there and that Yissy right here and over there, like this is my wife, and I'm just saying when will the mental health kick in to know when you're supposed to know better?
I
Enough
don't
is
think
enough.
that's really a mental. I don't think that's really a mental health issue. I think that's like a discipline issue,
That's yeah.
and the greatest men of all
But
the
you just
time are
blamed it on
falling
the
off.
woman. You just blamed it on the woman for having
That's a mental thing to me.
physical control. So when it
Hmm.
comes to physical, with like, I mean, we're gonna go there. Mentally,
Hmm.
you gotta have that shit in control to control, the man. When it comes to
But each man has their journey on when they're going to be, strong enough to have self control. Nobody come
that
out the gate
part.
like
So
that.
that's when it comes a mental, a mental.
That's all
Like
discipline area.
Hmm.
I don't think that's mental. That's all discipline area. That's in the realm of discipline. I don't think that's anything mental issue or anything
and
like
I,
that.
and
That's in
now
the realm of discipline.
and thank you, Marcel. Now I understand the male's perspective of the two. You know what I mean? When it comes, I'm just saying. Like
Yeah, you're right.
now I understand. Men think off of physical, and women think off of emotion and mental.
Hmm. That's accurate.
And that's why you guys, the men, stumbled on the question that I asked. And that's why you guys had to, get me
Because
to
So you connect. So
reiterate that
Marcel
because
connected
question.
it to.
because I don't really think it. Yeah, because I don't really think it's. That's more so discipline for me. I don't really think
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
a mental thing. And then a lot of times, like I'm gonna tell you where men fall because
How? Marcel, how is
because
it not mental?
because
Be-
because how would it be mental? It's a discipline thing. You have the mental capacity to
so
stay
are
there.
you
You have the,
disciplined? Well, no. So are you disciplined when it comes to the woman that you're physically attractive to? Because you're disciplined. Like if she BBW and if she too thick or she too thin, you disciplined. Then that's what I'm trying to say. Like
but it's a lot of things at play though. That's what I'm saying. Every situation is different. She may not be disciplined and keeping herself up the way that I met her. You know what I'm saying? And that will cause
okay.
me not to be disciplined in my sexual adventures. That's has nothing to do with mental thing. It's sometimes it could be a 10-year relationship. People get comfortable. Men grow weak when they see something. They want to hit it on the side and come back home. That's that. It has nothing to do with the mental. That's all in discipline. That's all discipline. And that right there has nothing to even do with the woman at home for her to change that. It has to be within himself to say, you know what, I'm good on that. Because he don't even move me no more. You know what I'm saying? Where he could walk around and see something like, oh, I'll go past that. I remember when I was younger, I used to hit everything. But that's up to the man. Ain't no woman, ain't nobody else gonna change that. You know, you can see that in all the history. You can have the baddest woman, she can have money, she could be fine, she could be, I don't care. The man gonna stop cheating when the man wants to stop cheating. Point blank, period. And
True, I
you
believe
can
that. I give y'all
now
that.
it'll help.
Y'all stop when
It'll
y'all ready to stop.
now
Just like a
it'll
woman, when
help.
a woman's had enough, she'll move the fuck on.
That's true.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay, so it has nothing
Absolutely.
to do with mental. Okay, I just wanted to make sure
No,
that
hell no.
we were
Hell
moving.
no.
I just wanted to stay
Hell
on the
no.
topic of mental health, and I'm
Hell
just
no.
trying to
That's a
understand it from
discipline.
a
That's a
mental.
I
discipline
know,
thing.
but
Okay.
you made, but you know what, you made sense with that because I thought that
Thank
was a
you.
mental. Now I'm hearing that
What
it's
what is
not.
it?
I mean,
What are we talking about?
now
No,
I'm hearing
they
it's more
hold
of a
I gotta
on.
go
Wait a
feed my
minute.
baby.
By the way,
like
you know
situation.
what? And I feel like low key, I feel like it's reverse psychology at this moment. I'm not gonna call it out like that, but I feel there's some reverse
I'm
psychology going on right
having trouble
now.
connecting. I'm having trouble connecting that to mental health. I'm having trouble a man stepping out, connecting that to mental health. That's what I have trouble with. I think that's a discipline, a lack of discipline on the physical nature. It has nothing to do with the mental, not even a thought.
No, let me tell y'all this. Okay.
Where you
At one
come
point,
from? What you eating?
I had to feed my baby. My baby's still up. She was hungry. So I had to go downstairs and get her something. We had dinner tonight.
I,
So
I'm about to take off my. I'm about to get comfortable, y'all.
I am
okay.
I
comfortable.
mean,
If I get comfortable,
get your ass over here.
yeah, just
So all
it
right.
ain't gonna be
So
right.
Sel,
For
Sel,
the
what
podcast.
you say? That it plays a part into your mental health if you step out?
No, he
Hell
said
no.
it's
Hell no, I did
discipline.
not say that. She said that how do we heal mentally and when do we get over that with cheating all stuff. I said, well, that don't got nothing to do with mental, that's all discipline. And then we were talking about it from there. But they think it has something to do with mental health. I said that had a damn thing to do with mental health. That's all discipline with physicality. Nothing to do with mental health. That's what we
I mean,
talking about.
that's interesting. Like I stated, it's interesting if you look at it that and for what he said, it's interesting. But I always thought it was a mental thing.
Why?
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just going.
I feel
I
like
just
I
I
feel like
want
it's
Like,
dependent on that.
okay,
What goes on that
so
indication? That's what I'm interested in.
with my situation, the reason why it took me so long to chime in was because I struggle with that. You get what I'm saying? And it's not mental. It's not mental.
Mm-hmm.
It's not mental. It has everything to do with what he said, as far as the discipline.
okay.
Disciplining. Taking. If you have to cheat, you need to leave. But I've dealt with that. Situations that
That's
I've been
mental,
in.
right? That's mental.
No, it's
That's
not
It's mental
mental,
for the
mental.
right?
woman.
No.
That's
It's
not
mental for the
mental.
woman.
What?
It's not
Why
I'm
is
mental.
talking
it why
about
is it mental for the woman but not the man?
because what it does
Because
to
for the
you.
man, it's an action.
Because what it does to you, what it does to the
Oh my
woman
But what
god.
the woman
when a
is
man
So the
steps
woman.
out.
So okay.
the woman is processing the man's action. The man is acting. The woman
Wait.
is
Okay,
processing.
that's fine. So when a woman turns back around and play the same game that the man was just playing, is that mental?
It becomes mental when you have to deal with what just happened
Mm-hmm.
mentally.
Oh, double
You
standard
get what I'm
like a
saying?
motherfucker. Like I thought.
Oh
No.
hell no!
It's
Yeah, that
not.
is double standard. Wait
That's
a
how
minute.
Listen to what I'm
Oh
saying.
hell no.
Listen to
he
what I'm
literally
saying. Listen
just
to what I'm
said.
saying.
He literally just
Oh
said it was
God.
the same. He literally just said it was the same, just vice versa.
Vice versa.
If the woman, that's all he said. It's the same. It's not a double standard. It's the same. If the woman did that to the man, it will be the same because you're
It's mentally
processing the
for us.
action. You're mentally processing
Mentally.
the action. Mentally, vice versa. It don't matter who do it. Whenever you process the action, it's mentally. You know what I'm saying? The person that's doing the action, you're just doing the action. You're not even thinking. You're just doing the action. The person who catches you, they got to process that. They got to get over that. They got to, you know what I'm saying? They got to
It's mentally
package
draining.
that.
So when a
Mentally
man
draining.
being faithful to when a man's being faithful to a woman, the woman steps out. Is the man dealing with the aftermath of that mentally?
Yes, because we're thinking, okay,
I
we're
can't say
thinking
that because
everything
I'm not.
good.
I've never experienced that because I don't. That's a what I will say is if any woman that I've ever dated cheated on me, I never knew about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I knew it, if I known about it, I can't do it. I can't do it. If my woman went to the movies with somebody and I heard about it, we'll be breaking up. I just can't do it. So yes, I don't have that
I just
experience.
like I said, it's very interesting views on there. I mean, I've always in my younger days played tit for tat. yeah. But anyway, with that, I'm sorry, but I'm an emotional person, and I know I'm an emotional person, and I want the person to feel how they made me feel. So, yes, tit for tat. But
Man,
with that being said, that's interesting that it's this that you guys are saying that it's more. Yeah, I'm literally somebody that is considered like my middle name is Dante, which is fire. You know, so yes, I am like the body image of fire, and yeah. But anyway, with that being said, that makes sense. It makes sense. I at first I was looking at okay, is they saying it's double standards with this?
No.
But when it's discipline, okay, that makes sense as a discipline then.
no, but I will
But
tell you
then
this.
now I got questions like, then why the fuck do
Even
y'all
with
do it?
cheating, even with
I'ma give you
cheating,
some-
like even with
Why can't y'all
even with
have
cheating-
discipline out the box?
even with cheating is different because if we look at the highest standard of a woman of any culture, she's gonna have the reputation of not cheating. And she's down for her husband. She's the first lady. She's X, Y, and Z. If you look at the higher standard of a man of any nation, he has,
multiple
he has had concubines. He has had throughout history. So I think that when we take that with us mentally into a relationship, and a man cheats, yeah, he got to outgrow that at X, Y, and Z. He's going off the history of what men has done historically
Huh?
before him. But a woman, it's
Excuse me.
like
What?
if a woman do
I'm gonna
that,
need you to burp off the
I'm
mic.
sorry,
yeah, and stop
I'm
eating that dry
sorry.
ass cereal on camera.
Bro.
Okay,
That was
you gonna
pasta,
eat
cuz.
something?
What you talking about? That ain't cereal, nigga. What you talking about?
The
Yeah,
hell?
that's pasta, nigga. Pasta, chicken,
It
and
still looks
shrimp.
dry. Where the sauce?
The button.
Where the sauce? You ain't
You don't
wiped
got,
your mouth once.
you don't got no
You ain't
sauce on the
wiped your
pot.
mouth once. Where the sauce? Where the
One.
sauce?
On the pot.
Y'all know what pasta look like after it sits in the refrigerator after you done had dinner and they packaged it up and it was
My
like
pasta
to
still
go.
got sauce, baby.
Dripping.
Still got sauce, baby.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't like
You
all
ain't
that
put
sauce.
enough sauce. You probably draining
You tell her.
it. Don't drain it. Put it on the pasta. Put it in the refrigerator so you can
You
have
better not be
sauce.
draining that damn sauce in the sink, God. Let me find out you got some leftover sauce in the
Bro,
goddamn sink. You don't
I
steal
didn't
the
cook
sauce
tonight,
over in the
man. We
pot.
went to a restaurant. Man,
Oh,
what you
okay.
talking about? I
Oh,
took
you
the
went to Olive
family. We
Garden,
took
huh?
the family.
Where
He
y'all
got the
go?
white people
Where y'all
part.
go?
He got the white people. He got the
Yeah,
white
he had
people
that dry
portion.
ass oily pasta.
The white
Oh,
people
okay.
with dry ass.
He got the
Dry ass
white people
pasta.
portion.
They
Wrong.
just threw that olive oil on that
Wrong.
motherfucker. No sauce. They just dripped
They
it with that
just put
Wrong.
olive
milk on
oil.
that shit and just
I'm gonna tell
sprinkled
y'all
it.
this. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Where I
No,
ate
you
at tonight,
got no olive oil
You
pasta.
niggas added milk
you
on
can put
your
it up
ass.
there with Olive Garden. It wasn't Olive Garden. So
They still added milk on your ass.
no, bro. I ain't no milk. If it was milk, trust and believe I would know.
You
I
ain't
would
getting
know.
no Italian, nothing.
Energy
You ain't
planned
got
on.
not one Italian.
That's 2% buttermilk.
Y'all think y'all going to Olive Garden and get Italian food? I better wake the fuck up.
First of all, I don't even go to Olive Garden because that shit fake.
Oh my, man! I bet
You gotta go to the mom and pop's Italian places to get Italian food.
And that's where I
when
went.
you walk in and they making the motherfucking bread.
you right.
Okay.
And they make their own
They
pasta.
making your
You
new
can smell it in that brick oven. Mm-hmm.
When you walk in that
That part.
motherfucker, they got bread in the window and shit.
Ooh. That part right there in Temecula. They got one next to their winery. Me and
That
sis
shit all
gonna be
through the
going
window.
there so we can get some
No,
Italian
bro.
food.
It's hint water. You should try it.
Oh, hold
Actually
on.
good.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, you said
No,
That
it's
part
good.
nasty.
I thought you
It's
said
good.
hemp
That is
water. I
nasty.
was about to say, hemp.
It's hint
Hemp?
water.
Hint
No,
or hemp?
Yeah, it's
Hint.
hint. That's what I
Oh,
thought you said.
okay.
Hemp.
I was about to
A
say, let me
hint.
find
A
out
hint
we
of
got some water.
bullshit.
A hint of don't drink that bullshit.
You don't drink
What is
water.
that? Is it spring? Who don't?
Oh, I drink water, sweetie.
Oh, I thought you talking.
It's good.
Is that
That
spring
ain't it.
water? I see fruits on that mother. Is that spring water?
Bro,
What you
it's
drinking over there?
there's no calories and no
You ain't
sweetener.
getting a hint of
It's
shit in that
There
infused.
water.
has to have calories in water.
It's no.
Come on, no calories. It's water, nigga.
Told y'all. Told
That
y'all.
nigga said hint water. It's only a
This nigga said head water. It don't have no calories.
hell no.
Water.
It's
Yeah, take a hint what's in this
do
water.
you
goddamn.
do know when you put sweetener in water, right? You get
Why you
calories.
put
There's no
sweetener in water?
sweetener. There's no sweetener in here. If you
Yeah,
taste any
sugar
other
water.
water, it's sweetener in there. There's
Not
no
that spring
sweetener.
water. It ain't.
Calories in
Not that
Listen,
spring water. Man, see, that's that bullshit. Whenever
Bro,
you drink
let
water,
me
it should have
find
none
out
of that.
you drinking
Water should have
expensive
none of
sugar
that.
water.
What do you want?
Water should have none of that, bro.
Bro,
When you look at the back
it's
of a
only
water bottle,
only $1.25
You'll
a
have
bottle.
it should say 0 from the top to the bottom
You'll
because
have
it
this
should be
many
nothing in
before you
water.
come back.
It's 0
Nothing.
from top to the bottom, yo.
I'll go and get it.
0.
I be drinking that Body Armor.
I drink that too. That's all I drink. I don't drink
That's
Gatorade.
fire. That Body
I don't
Armor
drink.
is
I don't
fire.
touch Gatorade. I don't touch Powerade. I drink nothing but Body Armor.
Body Armor, bro.
I need a damn
Y'all better do your
investment.
research on that water.
On what water?
They just had them in the news. They had them in the Washington Post a couple of weeks ago.
What?
You
Talking
know,
about Body Armor?
What was they saying?
hmm It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't nothing negative, but they was like something that the company wasn't telling like a lot of their consumers and stuff. It was like a consumer report on it and all that stuff. But I didn't
Yep.
see it as nothing negative. But y'all just whatever y'all
You know,
drinking.
your body,
Now they
your body,
actually come for, at least for California, they have to come out and actually say what's in the fucking water or what's in the food or what's in this or what's that. And I've been looking at everywhere and everything says cancer. So I'm trying to understand.
Damn.
yeah, because
I'm
man,
trying to
your body,
understand why
your
everything
body
says
would tell on, your
cancer.
body would tell on you. When I was going to Gold's Gym, they had what was that pop essential, right? And then every time I'm like, why my stomach hurt every time I'm drinking? It was like pH, I think it was a 9 or an 8 or one of those. Like, why my
Alkaline.
stomach- it
I
wasn't
can't
alkaline.
drink
It was
alkaline.
it was just essential. And then at Albertsons, I was getting something called alkaline pH
Alkaline. Yeah.
8.8,
Alkaline
right?
pH
And that
2.
shit was making my stomach hurt. I'm like, nah, this ain't clean water right here. I know what it say, but my stomach hurts. I'll have to just go back to my regular spring water. Like, don't give me all that pH, none of that. Just give me
I'll tell
water.
you this. I'm gonna tell you
Plain.
this.
That
If
shit
you
tastes
going,
like
if you
And I'll
Carmel.
take it out my bottle. I'll pour it in a jug and I'll put it in the refrigerator and I'll let my water sit for 2 days before I even touch it. That's why I keep it going consistently so I can always have water. Because man, I don't fuck around. And I
if
read
you're
that
going to get
water was clean
alkaline
as fuck.
water, if you're going to get alkaline water, you have to go to like Whole Foods and use the
Thank you,
machine
guys.
that give you
Thank you.
There you
alkaline
That's
go.
water.
where I go.
Sprouts,
Yes,
Sprouts and Whole
thank
Foods.
Bitch,
you.
where you at?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sprouts and
Where I
Whole
go.
Foods.
What you mean? I'm getting comfortable. I'm
I
about to
didn't
show
open
you
up a
guys.
whole new bottle. I don't see your face.
Y'all tearing that
They
damn
said
wine
this
up.
bottle
No,
go.
Y'all
y'all
Man.
have to
need
take
something.
a
Y'all
Bro,
need something
bro,
stronger. Y'all need
bro.
something
No,
stronger than that. If
no.
y'all tearing
This,
that bottle
you
up
know
like that,
what?
y'all tearing
Look,
that
This
up.
is my
look,
water. This is
look.
the
Y'all
alkaline
tearing
water
that up.
that
That
This is
alkaline.
good.
That's
This is
that
good.
ain't alkaline water. You said what? Oh yeah, that's good.
This
That's
is
good.
good.
That's good
I
for the
got
ladies.
clean
That's good for the
water.
ladies.
Oh, hold
That's
on.
good for the
There
ladies.
you go.
That's good for
That
the ladies.
Stella
That's
Good.
Rosa.
yeah. Hey, you got a cool little
Yeah.
collection out there. I see you. I see you. You classy out there. I see it.
Shit, me and my
I
wife
see
just
it.
got
I see it.
that
I
shit
see it.
good.
I
Hey, I
ain't
didn't
I
know
ain't
they
went to the
had.
store.
Hey,
I didn't
I
go to
didn't know I
ABC
had
store
my
today.
own bottle of
What you
Oh,
know
Clean
about
straight.
Whole Foods?
of course.
What you know about that alkaline?
What you hello? Where you
Yeah.
think my
He said,
what? All
hello.
right. That's all we go to. I don't go to no other stores but Whole Foods, and we have a store called
All that fucking
Earth Fare.
glacier shit is
Earth
off
Fare.
out the window. Like I be telling people all the time when I see them at the glacier little water shit, I be like, can y'all go to Whole Foods? If you can reverse amaurosis or
Yep.
whatever the hell it, or you just do
Osmosis.
alkaline.
Osmosis.
I mix it. I mix that shit.
Oh, you mix
Yep.
it with what?
Osmosis.
What you mix it with?
No,
I'm
reverse.
talking to myself.
Oh my god.
Reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
Whole
And
Speaking
the
of
high
Whole Foods, they're
pH.
getting ready to do a market unveil for the first
How come
ever
you got it from
plant-based trend. They're doing plant-based. I guess I could have sworn they was already doing.
Who's doing
They've
plant
been
based?
doing
Cap, that
plant-based.
shit
They were
nasty.
already doing that.
That's what I
That
What do you
thought. But
mean that's nasty?
a new
Oh my
trend or something.
god.
I do plant-based every now and then. You know, it as a like a detox just from meat for a while. But we ain't had no meat. We've been, we usually eat our ribs and we don't. I don't really eat pork.
I was there. Hold on.
I really don't eat meat any goddamn way. I really don't eat meat anyway. Shit. To be honest. Give me pastas and rices and all that stuff. All that shrimp, ground beef, like I don't really like I'll eat it for flavor.
What should eat it for?
He said, "What else you eating for?" Like
talking about? What's we eating for?
Hold on, let me get situated because I'm in like 5 different places in the house.
Oh no, hey, don't feel bad. Me too. Y'all have me rushing. I'm still trying to put things together. Hey, y'all better be
Yeah, I'm about
careful on
to
their
get on the
freeways. They
couch.
shooting.
Ain't nobody
Y'all
What
getting
you
heard that?
say?
nobody's freeway. I'm in the valley.
What's on the freeway? What happened?
I said y'all better be careful on their freeways. They shooting on the freeways.
Bro,
Oh,
I
they
don't
they
deal with
been doing
freeways.
Oh,
that.
they are. Yeah, I saw
We got
that.
highways out here. We don't
They
have
been
freeways.
doing that.
Man, that's
Guys,
crazy.
be quiet. It's the same thing. Highway, freeway,
No,
same
it's
thing.
not.
Hey,
No, it's
hey,
not.
No, it's
No,
you
it's
not.
know
not.
what? You know
No,
what?
Look,
it's not.
I'm in North Carolina. We ain't got that what
Y'all
y'all got
ready to
there.
see my
New
ugliness? I'm ugly right now. Yes, it is.
Hold on, I'm coming, y'all.
Oh, y'all about to see my ugliness. Hold on.
Shit, I'm about to
I gotta
head
get
out of
some
here.
of
Shit, I
y'all.
got work in the AM, y'all.
Okay. I appreciate you
All
coming
right,
on, bro.
Hey
Well,
man,
bye.
shit, I
Goodbye.
got
Don't be coming in here half time. Bye. Bye.
what you said?
You don't
what
come
you,
in here and start a podcast and be like, I gotta work.
Yes, you
Hey
gotta
man,
work.
bills,
we
bro.
gotta feed the family. God, you know what,
Yeah,
boy?
man.
Men can't do nothing right in this world.
You know
Dang.
what? Okay.
Man,
Before,
men want the
okay,
world
wait,
from a nigga.
before you go,
Women be
please
wanting a
answer.
nigga
And
soul.
and and and
Damn.
I know I want to know what the man perspective of this is because I've been seeing in a lot of the shows and stuff that I watch and kind of some of the news and stuff like that. But what is this thing? And it seems it's been a trend. I know that it's been happening for a while, but it's been a trend that okay, so the man is working, or now it's what it used to be. The man was working a lot, and the woman would feel like you're not, we're not being taken care of, emotionally and all that stuff. Now it has flipped. So now the men feel like that they're not being uh taken care of and all this other stuff. Like they're starting to be more feminine, like
Oh, you
how
talking
the women
about?
because
Are you
really
talking about let me cater to you?
yeah, but it is the roles have switched. Like the woman's going to work and now the man is at home. And now it's like what's going on with that? Like, because y'all don't I mean, what's going on with that?
What do you mean what's going on with it?
We let
Like
society
why
control what we're
I
supposed to do.
honestly I honestly think that truthfully, after years and years of men taking care and the not I want to do this, women want to work, women want to be, they want to have some kind of, they don't want to stay home. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what a
mm-hmm.
rose reverse.
Oh,
But
you
I don't
can't
think it's
see.
a let me cater to you thing. It's like looking at things on a woman's perspective when he has to be home and he has to take care of kids. And I honestly think that's what a man should think about when the roles are reversed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as far as doing dishes, make sure the house clean. It has nothing to do with like demasculating the man. It's basically
Okay.
giving you
Okay,
what you
yeah.
want too. You get what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
okay, you want me to take off? Okay, I'll take off. We spend time, this, that, and the third. Or you want it's the roles reversed because it's kind of like it's hard to explain to me. It's hard to explain to me, but I get what you're saying as far as that. I just think it's a compromise more than a demasculated kind of thing.
hmm
Yeah, because
hmm
I mean, I looked at this different situations and stuff, and reading about different stuff, and then I see now that they're doing the TV shows. Like I watch a lot of legal TV shows, and I'm just like, why do the men feel like it's something that's making them feel feminine? Like, why do you feel feminine because you're at home cleaning the kitchen and all this stuff? Why? Like, it goes back to this whole
It goes
50s
well.
era.
It also goes back. It also
Yeah,
goes back to how you was
and
brought up and
just
how you watched your father hold up the family too. You get what I'm saying?
oh,
That's why men be like, some men be like, oh man, I'm out here cooking and cleaning and all this shit like that because they didn't see their dad do that. You get what I'm saying? They saw their mom
oh,
do that.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? They saw their dad provide and bringing home the money for the mom to cook the food and prepare the meals. You get what I'm saying? So now when the roles reversed, that's where that feeling is when a man feels or is not self-confident with his masculinity and feels some type of way about those things. You get what I'm saying? But it's all about providing. Like a man, how he was taught and how he saw things growing up is dad provides. So when I get older, I'm gonna be just like my dad, and I'm gonna provide for my household. So that way my wife can prepare the meals and my wife can prepare the clothes and the laundry and things. That was the compromise back in the day. But now it's so independent of a world now on both sides. It's like, well, shit, you want to work? Shit, I stay home. You know what I'm saying? I can stay home. I can, work 312s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can be home for 3 or 4 days. I think it's just a compromise with that.
And that'll work. That'll definitely work. And in marriage, you got to be like, it's dangerous, and marriage, that's why you got a little safety zone, because if y'all, get a divorce, maybe y'all got to be fair, split some things up, whatever like that. But if you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend and you just stand at home and everything's all good because one partner is making a lot of money, that could be dangerous, because boy, if y'all break up, y'all ass is cooked. Cooked. You're cooked. So I think that even if you is a stay-at-home anybody, at least have a little something where you're getting something. You know what I'm saying? Where you can stash away, because if you break up, you're cooked. You just gonna be like,
even in marriage. But that goes in a marriage too.
Why you say that? Why you say that even in a marriage?
I'm mad at fucking Marcel.
It's like, but now they broke up and I don't have no rights to that.
He's so little selfish.
At least if I'm married, I can get a little.
Why do you say marriage?
Because
for
instance, if anything was to happen, right? You're married. If the man is working, right, and say the man dies and the wife don't work, who's gonna provide? What's gonna happen? So you always, huh? What?
You better have some life insurance.
Not everybody got life insurance, bro. You'd be surprised.
You'll be surprised.
And if anything, you'll get a $10,000 check from the job you work for. And if you got a 401k, yeah, but you gotta understand, bro, for real.
Hold on, fuck this. Why is this not a topic? Y'all out here walking around with no life insurance?
I don't know who doing it, bro. I got $1 million life insurance policy on me.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. If I die, my daughters would not be on the corner begging nobody to bury me. If I can't support them when I'm gone, nigga, y'all gonna wear me on a necklace, cremate me, and have me on ashes around your neck. But what you will not do is be begging nobody to bury me. Shit.
Hey, that's some real shit.
That is real. That is real.
You better get some. If you're not gonna get life insurance, get cremated.
To try to find up some money.
Can I put some life insurance on you? Can I put some life insurance on you?
It's a burden alone and I'm dead. I'm not gonna put no burden on you to try to bury me for one day. You better cremate.
It's $10,000 to cremate somebody. $7,000.
Bury me for one day.
It's about $10,000 to bury.
About $7,000 to $10,000.
Yeah.
My father was cremated, and that was like that.
I'm
glad you said that because I can piggyback on that because I watched my mom struggle to get that $7,000 to $10,000 to bury my dad just to cremate him, bro. It wasn't a burial, so just imagine how much the actual burial is to nigga put yourself in a wall, nigga, or in the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's $10,000. It's $10,000, nigga, to burn your body and put you in a box.
It's a whole house.
Man.
It's a whole house.
Right.
It's a whole house to bury you in the ground. That's a whole house.
That's mortgage.
And that's not that's not fair. That's not fair because your kids gonna want to respect you enough to bury you, right? So they gonna give an arm and a leg to do it, but that's not fair.
So that's why it's important to have life insurance, and it's also important to have that money in place just in case if you do die. So if you die, your kids ain't gotta beg, like you said, ain't gotta beg for nothing. They already had the money put up. Hey, here go 20 grand to bury me where you want to. Okay, and y'all can use the other $100,000 to do with it, split it amongst y'all, and
Yeah,
y'all go
not
live
to
your
mention
life.
the guy, whatever you put in that will too.
Look, look. I encourage every adult, every black man, if we spending money on whatever you spending on, cars, shoes, games, whatever, man, please spend that little money a month on life insurance. Do you and your family a favor. Take care of them when you're gone, so they can properly grieve you
That's
when they
like
pass.
a little extra $30.
Let them grieve in peace, so they can be like,
Bro,
okay,
it
good
already comes out of my account every month.
man.
Every month.
They
Shit,
die.
life insurance
Okay,
can come out your check every week.
Oh, I
yes it
got that too.
can.
I got
Yes
my
it
job life
can.
insurance because they give you life insurance, and you got your regular life insurance. I got both.
Yeah, man. It's like, man, let them grieve over you in peace. You don't want
Yep.
them grieving over you and then trying to figure out how to, bury you. They're gonna be up there visiting, right there next to your ass soon over stress.
That's how it normally works,
That's
bro.
true. Or leaving your family
Mhm.
members with debt. You
I
know,
already told
that's
my
another
wife
thing.
if I just so happen to die out here, you need to ship my
Yeah.
body back to
Yeah.
California.
I don't give a fuck who died. I'm not picking up
Ship me
nobody
Why?
back.
dead. I
What?
don't care what y'all talking about with that shit.
What?
He
Why?
said,
What you
I ain't
mean?
picking up nobody
Uh,
dead.
when they talking about you leaving your family member
You
dead, who
got a
you leaving with
barrier
dead?
spot out here?
Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you
My
talking
spot
about
is in California.
No, I'm not saying where you want to be buried at. You already got a plot
And
that's
at
already
Inglewood.
like.
At Inglewood already.
you going on
What is
Inglewood?
what is
Inglewood?
that?
Are you serious?
That's where my grandma and my mama's at.
You might as
He
What
well
if
gonna
she
be
don't
in the
want to do
get.
that?
hills.
You might as well get
They
cremated.
probably
Ain't no
gonna have you.
room
They probably
there.
got
Ain't
you.
no
They
fucking
probably got
room
your spot
there.
in the hills.
Exactly. It's nothing there. Everybody that's reserving anything is getting cremated. There's no like actual spot for ground.
Yep.
I done had in the last 4 months, I done had 4 friends get buried in Inglewood, and they put them
They not buried. They're not. They're gonna
in the
cremate them.
wall.
I promise you. Okay.
I don't know. Y'all got me thinking about that now. I'm up here looking at my body like, do I want fire on it or do I want to just go naturally in the dust? I don't know.
My hair is just like
This nigga.
Hey,
I look okay.
I'm telling you, I do want to be around my daughter's necks and some neck, and and a good necklace. But what if they ass lose it? I'm gonna be hot in a motherfucker.
But the thing
Or you
about it is, the fucked
They
up
done
thing
lost
about
my
being
ass.
dead,
Don't
you
leave,
ain't gonna
come
know if they
back.
lost
I'm
it.
somewhere. I'm somewhere on Fig and that third. You know what I'm saying? They had lost my ass somewhere and dropped me off somewhere. I'm over
And the
here all
crazy,
spread out in the street.
Oh, I'm mad at him.
hey,
I
the
got a
No,
fucked
leg
up
on
thing
my
about
pin
it is you'll
and an
never
big
know.
arm
part.
on my bird. Shit.
You'll
God
never
damn,
know
boy.
either.
Man. Yeah. But see, I don't want nobody eating all this on my skin neither when I go. I know one thing though. I got it in my letter. When I die and I'm in that coffin, please bury me in some fresh cocoa butter on my skin. Don't y'all bury me in no dry skin. It ain't nothing like no dry skin. I don't give a damn if I am dead. Moisturize my skin, damn it. I don't want no wrinkles, no nothing. Put cocoa butter everywhere. Shit.
He said,
Nigga,
"Let
that's
the
like
cocoa
Marcel,
asking
butter
for a
do
can
heater in
you
the
get over
casket.
yourself?
I need some
Can
good
you
moisture.
can you get over yourself? No, I'm
That's
sorry.
like
Just
asking
get
for
over.
a heater in the casket.
It's gonna be sad. It's gonna sag. I'm sorry. Why he trying to look good to the death in him? He said, "I want my
First of all,
skin
no,
tight
no,
and
no.
active.
to the
I want to be like I want to be tight for 5 years after I'm deceased."
That's care. That's self care. That's self care.
Bruh,
Nothing tells the Most High.
How you gonna take care
You,
after you deceased,
nah.
Marcel?
That's like putting it in the letter and putting the heater on the
He
casket so
said,
when
he
you get
said, I
kissed
want.
on the forehead, your hair won't be
hey,
cold type shit.
hey, you gotta let the Most High know you respected this body. Okay, you respect it
I'm
all the way to
done
the
with
dust.
Marcel.
Okay,
I'm
respect it to the
done.
dust. How y'all living?
gotta get your
I'm
friend.
done.
Y'all up here cheating yourself. Okay, all the way to the.
I
The
don't
dust.
understand.
Y'all cheating
I'm gonna
yourselves.
be right. Okay, shit.
Marcel.
He said, "I'm gonna be
Lo-
right."
Lotion me up one more good time. Okay.
No, not one more good time.
Hey, I'll tell
One
you
more
one
good
thing.
time.
Y'all talking y'all shit, but I'll be the only moisturized motherfucker in the cemetery of Inglewood. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
You gonna
Should've got
slide your,
that blood
you
slide in his
gonna
casket.
you gonna slide your ass right up out
in
that
his
casket.
Right. I'm sick of
Motherfucker, the
myself.
motherfucking incest gonna be like, yeah,
I'm
fruit.
sick of his
Stay on your
ass.
Hey,
ass.
you ain't gotta
Wait,
bring him in. Just slide his
how
ass
tall
from
are
the
you,
parking lot.
Marcel?
Slide his
They
ass
gonna
from the parking
slide
lot.
in your
How
You
tall are
ain't
you,
gotta
Marcel?
go ahead and
Huh?
put that plastic down. Put that plastic down. Go
How
ahead and
tall
slide
are
his ass
you?
from the parking lot.
6'3", 6'2". No, 6'3", 6'2". Shit.
shit.
That's a whole lot of fucking cocoa butter. Like, what the fuck?
Butter for real.
I mean,
Like,
what can
hell
I
no.
say?
We're going to do
Look,
the top half.
you gotta get gallons like this.
What is that? No, we not. No. Hold on. We
Ooh, I
talking about
use
raw.
that. That's
We're
good
not talking
though.
about.
That's
This
good
that
stuff.
this that organic
No.
coconut butter from Sprouts.
It got
You
weed in
see
it.
me?
It don't say shiny. It don't say shiny. I don't like it.
That's that hemp cocoa butter. He ain't fooling
It's
nobody.
organic.
It's
What you
hemp,
talking
nigga. You ain't
about?
fooling nobody.
Nigga, this ain't hemp. This is
That nigga be
purely
high at
coconut.
work,
Virgin.
freshly moisturized.
Okay, put
Baked.
some on your head. Rub some on your. Put it on your head. Let me see.
No, I just put some on my face 30 seconds. I mean, 3 minutes ago. Okay?
Man,
I
I'm
just
about to
put some
get
on
up
my
out of
face.
here.
Let's go
Hey,
to
man,
audience.
it's been real.
I'm keeping
Hey,
my king up. He got to go to work 45 minutes
hey,
ago.
guy.
Show the
What
audience.
up, bro?
I don't know you as guy, bro. I know you as bogey, fool.
Hey, you brought the ancient name out.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. What's that?
Bogey.
I know
It's
my
a,
nigga.
it's.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God! Here
we been
y'all
knowing
go,
each other
man.
from sixth grade.
Oh, God, be
Sixth
quiet.
grade.
Hey,
Bogey.
sixth grade. My
What?
nigga was
Oh
my
my
nigga was
God!
the buffest fucking seventh grader
Bro,
ever, bro.
let me tell you. Hey,
He was
first of
the
all,
buffest 7th and 8th grader
bro,
ever. This nigga
first of
got
all,
most athletic twice, 7th and 8th grade.
I was the buffest back then, but yeah, he got some size. He had some size back then. But let me tell you something. Now that he reminded me of Bogey, I'm calling you Bogey for now. I'm not even calling you
No,
Bogey.
you
Marcel,
no,
no, bro, that's not my name.
that's
Bogey.
not
It's a
his name.
nickname. It's not my
That
name,
but
bro.
that's
Bogey.
what
I
I
won't
know
even
his
answer you.
Bogey.
I won't.
I'm not
I
calling
won't
you.
even answer you.
I'm not
I
doing
won't
that,
answer
Bogey.
you.
Bogey, I'm
Nobody
not doing
called me
that.
that, bro. Nobody
Bogey,
called
I'm
me
not doing
that.
that.
Yo.
Hey, blame him. He reminded me of
Hey,
that.
it's
all
my
about the
fault.
name.
It's my
I
fault,
forgot
but
all about the name.
that was like that
Yeah,
was
because
something.
that's my
But
Bro,
nickname, bro. Like that's the
I
nickname my
forgot all
auntie
about
gave
it.
me, and
I
it just
forgot
so happened
all
it
about
make it to
it.
middle school because my cousin
But
and my
middle
brother don't
school,
call me that,
nigga,
bro. It's
everybody
middle
called you
school.
that in school.
Because it got out in elementary, bro. Like
It's getting out
if you don't
again
know
now.
my family,
What other
then
nicknames?
you
What
don't.
other nicknames
That
do
was
you
it.
have?
I
no,
don't
that
know.
was
That was
it.
it.
Like we
That was
had
it.
like everybody around us in middle school, we had
We all had
nicknames, and it just so happened that
that.
we
Everybody
didn't
knew my
know, like we didn't know that nigga name was
Bogey,
his
that's a
name
classic.
until like the end of the school
We
year of
we
8th
knew
grade, bro.
Bogey
Like
before Guy.
you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? When his name was called to get his graduation shit, like we didn't know
Like
his name was Guy, bro.
Guy
But
Taylor.
that
Everybody,
was
Bogey,
what?
his
Guy?
name.
Like, duh. Like,
So it was kind of
Bogey,
like you like
that's
nigga, your name
crazy.
Guy fool. He was like, yeah, nigga, for
yeah.
real. Like you stupid. Like because me and him, we sat
Now he
next
took
to
it
each
back.
other because
Yep.
my last name is Valentine. His
Yeah,
last
my
name
last name was Taylor. Was
right.
Taylor at the time.
So
The last name for you though. I would insist on that. So do you give a lot of Valentines out, or how does this
hell
work? You do
no, I got
No.
poetry?
I got
How that work?
teas. I
Yeah,
got
he did.
teas.
I don't
He
know.
I got
did.
teas. Nigga from
Valentine's come
6th
around and
grade to
everybody
8th
looking at you
grade.
like,
I
because we know
got
you got the
teas.
best.
Valentine's Day came, bro. I got teased, bro. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't
Yep.
no other thing. Like I was scared to tell motherfuckers my last name in middle school. Cause niggas
Bro,
be like,
What
nigga,
about
we
is
was
you
brutal, bro.
as you got into
Hey,
adulthood? What
going
about
to Bret
adulthood?
Hart,
How does that work
going to
for you?
Bret Hart, bro. It taught you to be.
You
You
be
had to have
like,
tough
nigga,
skin.
I ain't saying my last name.
I bet it did.
The only person that knew my last name was my counselor, nigga. That was it.
That was it.
Hey, what
It
city
was
was
like
Bret Hart in?
Valentine, nigga. Your name Valentine? I'm like, yeah, nigga. What's wrong with Valentine? Nothing.
What street
Nah,
was
fuck
Bret
you.
Hart on?
Bret
Bret
Hart.
Hart on?
That's on Vermont and what? It was between
No, 92nd
Vermont,
and Cody.
92nd and Cody. Yeah, between Vermont and Cody.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's,
Man,
Bro, we was in the hood of the hood.
yes, I
hood of the
was.
hood. So it was like
Yes, I was.
The
a lot of
Hoovers.
us, we didn't even call each other by our real names. Like all of us had
No.
nicknames.
All of us had nicknames, yo.
My name
All
was
of us.
J Rock at the time, but
Mhm.
you know, it was different, you know.
You said J Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Everybody like we went to school, bro. Like middle school for us was you can't if it was a movie, yeah, that shit could have been a movie, straight up.
It could
really
have.
been.
It could have.
I'm pretty sure.
Like it could have. Like we had like little cliques and shit, and all kind of like we was fighting the gang members. They used to come up to the school after school, all kind of shit, bro. It was wicked.
Are you serious?
God, you
Yeah,
was
bro,
fighting
it was
gang
wicked.
members?
It was to the point where, like, after
What you
school,
mean?
you already know what's
Y'all
up.
ain't had hands
When-
back in the day. What you talking about? He was a warrior.
Bro, when somebody waiting
He
for you
had
by that back
heavy
gate,
hands.
when it's a gang of niggas waiting for you by that back gate,
Oh, we
boy, you know it's
swallowed.
about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So
God,
we stayed in the gym,
God was what? Heavy-handed, huh?
bro. We stayed at school, bro. Like in the quad area. When I was in 7th grade, bro, I was putting them up with them 8th graders like it was nothing. And I was new at the school. Like when I got approached by my second day, some dude named Kiki. He was light skinned.
Light skinned Kiki, I'll never
Yep.
forget that day.
And he asked me where I was from.
Light
And I told him,
skinned
"Nigga, I
Kiki.
don't bang. I don't gang bang. But
And
yeah,
the
we can throw
crazy
them
thing
hands though."
about it is, he only banged on him because he was bigger than everybody else. That was the only reason why.
I was bigger than everybody else.
He was bigger than everybody else. Like we were still going through growth spurts. This nigga was almost 6 foot in the 7th grade.
No, for real.
The nigga was
Like
done.
for
He
real.
was
Like
done.
he was almost
No,
6 foot. Like
bro.
when he got on the court, bro, when we got on the court, bro, when we used to play, bro, it was magic because couldn't nobody stop us, bro. It was like this nigga's big, bro. Like this nigga's big, bro, and he got muscles, nigga. He's like a buff ass 7th grader. You remember Little Giants? You remember Little Giants? He was the Spike, nigga, of the fucking school.
Oh wow! Wow!
That nigga was buff,
The
nigga.
Cowboys.
I swear to God, I thought he lived for refrigerators.
Hey, no. He had no. Look, he had when we were in high school, you know how people were big or tall and X, Y, Z. I was big in high school. He had grown man muscle though. Like
Yeah,
he was
that's
like,
what I mean.
like you know, like I was big, but he was developed with grown. Like nigga, how long you been locked up? Nigga? You was in YA and something like that. Nigga, like he had mature muscles. Okay,
I'm gonna tell you like this. This
that
nigga,
nigga muscles
he
was
did
developed already.
like honestly, he made Bret Hart history, bro. He had the coaches. He used to have the coaches open up the gym for us, like open up the weight room. We didn't even know it was a weight room at Bret Hart. We didn't know. But since the nigga was so muscular and he was on the basketball team, he was the prime example of what your body should look like, nigga, in the 7th grade. So it was like, yeah, man, shit, y'all better come up here in the morning, 6 in the morning, get that weight room in. You know, guy gonna be in there. So it was like that, and it was just like everybody came, bro. Like so, you know, in a sense, bro, all of us was leaders at you know, and didn't know it at one point, and it just so happened that I don't think he realized how much of an influence he was even back then. You get what I'm saying? So it was crazy, but now that we're older, we can put a name on it. You feel me? We can put words to it. Back then, we didn't know. We just like, this nigga's big, bro. Like,
just living through
like,
it.
This nigga's like not normal. He's not of this world, my nigga. I ain't got no muscles. Like, I ain't even got no veins showing, nigga. You remember back in the day when niggas wanted veins? Like, I ain't got that. None of that.
Yeah.
This nigga's big, bro. But I say that to say, man, I love you, bro. I love what you're doing. I'm gonna chime back in, bro. Later on in the week, you know, if you guys got one, I got the notification up, so it'll ping me. But I I'm gonna drop my new number to you, man. You know,
Okay.
new
Send it to
topics.
me.
I would love to, be a part of this if that's cool in the future, whatever the case. I just like what y'all doing
More than
with this
welcome,
shit,
bro.
man. All right,
Appreciate it,
man.
bro.
Y'all have a good
And
one.
and
I'm
I,
about
I
to
just
get off
want to
mute
say,
and
I
go to
just I
sleep.
just want to say something to them. Can I say something to you? Just when you
Yeah.
want to be a part of the podcast, and I'm not trying to take over guys' podcast, but try to organize the time, because that at the end of the day, that's what makes this great. You know what I mean? It will support Guy and the rest of us as panelists. So if you let us know your schedule and if we can accommodate your time, like, it's cool. I love your insight, like, low key. Like, I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, no
Yeah,
problem. I'll
just send me
definitely
a
tap
message.
in and chime in with y'all. So, man, it's only up from here though. You feel me? But I like what y'all doing, man. Y'all have a good night.
All
You
right,
too,
King, it
bro.
was nice meeting
Appreciate
you,
it.
All
man.
right, King,
Talk
Marcel,
to you
bro. It
later.
was nice meeting you, bro. Like, for real. Any friend of his is a friend, is a brother of mine,
Marcel
bro.
ain't
Like, for real,
nobody.
100.
for real. So, peace,
Squad, bro.
King. Y'all have a good one.
Marcel ain't
You too.
All right, talk to
nobody.
you later.
Yep.
Stop hating, damn it. Shit. Talking about nobody.
You heard me. I was whispering.
We're gonna be the new Breakfast Club.
So guess what?
For real.
On that note,
What, God?
my kids are waking up.
Yeah, that happens.
Anyway,
Mine is
are you fucking
summertime.
serious?
He wasn't joking.
What the fuck? My daughter's still in her room.
Who's my Xbox controller?
You're annoying, guy. Like, really?
It's about to be 3:00 in the morning.
Oh,
What you
What's
talking
that
about?
mean? My daughter stays to 6 o'clock in the morning
So,
cosplaying.
I looked at my stove.
Summertime.
It's
so what?
11:36. God, okay. I'm glad I'm not in your regions. Lord have mercy.
Right?
It's 3 something
Like,
out there.
why you gonna do it?
It's about to
We
be
not gonna do
3.
this no more, God.
It's 3 something in the morning. Y'all
Do
better
they got
let
school
me.
tomorrow?
No, they don't.
Yes.
No,
Homeschool.
school's out. School's out. School's out,
Not
guys.
here. Not here.
Guys,
No,
it's
in
June.
Orange County,
When they
no.
get out?
Chrissy goes to school tomorrow.
Really? Damn. What region y'all in?
My kids
It's
got
probably
EOGs in the
11.
morning.
Last day was Friday for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That's
Latanya.
foolishness. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Latanya.
on
goodness.
vacation.
What?
Latanya. Listen here.
Don't Latanya me. Don't Latanya me,
You,
because you about to get
you
on
was in here for an hour.
Listen here, Latanya.
You was in here for an hour,
A
bumping your
whole damn
music,
hour. Bumping it.
shaking your head on
Oh,
mute.
I knew he was gonna say something about that. I knew you was gonna say something about that.
And you was going
Leave
in and out of the
her alone.
camera.
What I do?
You was messing up on production.
He basically was saying you was playing your music instead of joining the conversation, and
And
he don't
messing up
like
on
that.
production.
And look at him. Look, he tooting his
And
own
messing
horn
up
with
on the
that.
production.
Get her,
Sit down.
Marcel.
See,
Going
Get
in
her,
and out of the
Marcel.
camera.
Get her, Marcel.
Yeah.
Get her.
So you got to clean it up. You got to step it up.
Marcel, what? Wait, excuse me?
No, I was
Marcel,
saying what
what?
Guy was saying. No, I was saying what the creator
Excuse
said.
me?
So the creator said something. So I
I
didn't know if
know
you
that's
heard it.
her.
the
I don't know if you heard
creator
it.
is wrong.
So I was just repeating what the creator said. The creator said you gotta step your shit up. You going in and out of the camera, and you got that whack ass music playing in the background. Now, if you had some good old school playing,
Tell me. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. There wasn't no whack music being played.
Hold on.
There was no whack music being
I thought
played.
that's what you said, Bojo. My bad.
No, bro.
Marcel,
No
you
whack music
late,
being
because
played.
we was playing some good stuff. You late,
We
boo.
jammed out, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He
You
used the
was
nickname and
pulling into your
everything.
garage, baby. You was in
I
your
wasn't
garage
late.
while we. Yes, you was.
No, I was tuned in. Y'all just didn't see me. Then y'all see
Nigga,
me
you
when I got in the
always
house.
late. Nigga, you always late. I'm
I
gonna need you
got
to
a
step it up.
question.
Wait, hold on.
I got a question. Can
I
I
got a
ask a
question.
question?
Why the hell are y'all holding y'all hold podcasts on game sevens? Y'all hold podcasts on fight nights? Y'all hold podcasts like on
Guy.
later Friday.
It's Guy.
Friday dry as fuck. Ain't nobody doing nothing on Friday. Y'all want to move it to Sunday where all the event is playoffs. And y'all want to have podcasts on Sunday during playoffs.
He said, "What happened to Friday? Friday is dry as fuck."
Friday as hell. Ain't nothing going on Friday. Do it Friday.
We can do it
I'm
Friday.
having family dinners.
Well,
Events going on.
I'm excited.
we can do it Tuesday. We can do it Tuesday or Monday. Tuesday, Monday,
Friday
Wednesday.
we good. We stay up late Friday. We got Saturday.
What?
We stay up late. Sunday.
I'm at work
My
on
man
Friday,
have
bro.
to go. My man
Oh,
have to
that
go.
shit. Guy,
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
you know what? I just got comfortable. What the fuck you mean? I just got comfortable.
Look,
Like,
nobody told you to go off screen for 30 minutes.
it's not fair.
Okay. Play that trash music that guy said.
Look,
And then now I
I
want to
knew
get
guy.
comfortable.
Oh, he a hot mess for that.
And now I
He
want
a
to get
hot mess
comfortable.
for that.
It don't work like that, ma'am. It's 3-something in the morning. His kids gotta go.
Marcel, you're always late. Okay. The only reason why you're the only reason why you're 30 to 45 minutes early today is because I'm like, where you at, Marcel? Like, where you at? What you doing? Where you at?
Where you
I
at?
was too. I was trying to figure out where he was.
Makes me feel special.
Anyway, that is so funny.
No, hold on.
I know he was hitting them up. You know he was hitting them up too.
Guys, no, he didn't. You didn't make me feel special, Bogey. You didn't hit me up. Okay?
Nigga, you always late. Nigga.
Now, secondly, why it's 3-something in the morning?
Why can't he use the nickname? I thought you said you weren't going to answer that. I want to use that nickname too.
Why are they up, Bogey?
Listen, they're up.
They gotta go to school.
They're up because of my loud ass talking to y'all.
Who saw that phone?
Guy is a liar. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit.
Why is
we over here on the West Coast?
Hey, first of all,
look at his
first of all,
look who's in my bed. Rub your hand. Rub your hand.
Okay, tell Lola to get over there and go to sleep.
Oh.
First of all, I love that setup. God damn. I'm leaving a microphone.
We got a tour, so I told you sister was gonna get a tour. I do too. I like the double doors.
Oh yes, thank you. I'm glad he finally showed it to y'all. He gave y'all the tour.
Anyway, can we get like 45 minutes?
She said she should get 45 minutes.
Can we get 45 minutes?
Y'all can get 45 minutes. I'll let y'all talk.
1 minute.
What do you mean,
He's the creator. First of all, mental health topics and discussion.
Do you,
okay, we ain't talking about nothing about mental health.
Do you see that little girl over there?
Which one?
Is inconsistent. So.
My baby over there in my bed.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's cute. Man, I love that damn setup.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'll send your mic, Latanya, tomorrow.
Do you have my address?
No, I don't.
Nigga, first of all,
well, everybody send me their address so y'all can get a swing.
We swinging?
A swing, a sex swing.
I ain't got nowhere to put it.
First of all, yes you do. First of all, I literally just said, I love your setup.
Can you even fit on a swing? You're 6'3".
You go and
you need hold on, Mike. You need a mic too? All right, tell you what. Look.
Marcel can't afford it.
Listen. This is what I'll do. I need y'all addresses. I'll send all of y'all mics.
I will only give you my address. Your address, I can see the sex swing.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna send you my address. That's what I'm talking about.
To me, address.
That's my God.
I'll go on Amazon tomorrow, get my discount, and send y'all.
Marcel, what is your address, Marcel? What is your address, Marcel? I'm the co-host. What is your address, Marcel?
I'm gonna send it to you right now.
All right, send me y'all addresses. And
don't
I'm
be
about to
trying
be
to
out.
end this conversation.
I gotta go.
Really? Are you serious?
I'm sending it to you right now.
Do it look like
it's a whole bed over there.
That I'm finna go to bed. That my daughter literally just came in here and got in my bed.
But we ain't even at 12 o'clock. It's only 11:42 here.
God.
Right, it's barely 12. Marcel dropped the call. Like he's y'all niggas. Anyway, goodbye. I
Marcel ain't even gone. He ain't even gone.
I know.
But all
Okay,
right,
he sent his address. I
I'll
got
send
his
you. I'll
address.
send you a mic.
Guys, send me
I
your
got his
address.
address too. Okay.
I don't need no mic. I don't need no mic. I'm good.
Okay. You don't, but
I'm
them two
good.
do apparently. So I'll send them to you. Well, all right.
I mean, if you're just giving out mics, I mean, you might as well have mics. But good topic today. We learned something new about you. Nicknames. Thank you to childhood friends.
I think there's going to be a new childhood friend on Moonwarist, and they're going to be sharing stories. So there's
It's
going to be
nice,
some
but
other
you know
stuff as well.
what? You said you was talking earlier about what you was going through growing up, and it's a nice insight for people to actually see and get to know who you are. And childhood friends always help with that, to fill in the
Mm-hmm.
blanks. So very good subject today. Very good people
Mm-hmm.
that you had on today to tell you a little bit about, the history that you guys had and stuff. And I think that's kind of brightened up your day to have somebody tap into that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was beautiful. And
Thank you.
we like to, it's want to see you more open up, because you are literally a shell. We know
I will.
why, but it's nice to see, and you open up like that. That's something different.
I
I mean,
appreciate it.
I learned a lot. I even learned a nickname that I'm about to put your name underneath.
Oh my God. Better make sure you spell it right
Yes,
then.
sir. Oh, you okay? Go ahead. Give me the right spell. I don't want to spell it wrong.
It's BOGIE.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, that's gonna be your nickname, AKA, AKA. All right then. Well, it was beautiful. We must do this again. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we
it
can
was
get Marcel
good
to
having
come
y'all
on a little
on,
bit early.
and I'm glad that you were on early. So I'm glad.
Yeah, I was actually gonna come on late because I was gonna make me some more snacks, but I have, my stuff, my wines and stuff like that, and now I get to go and mess with my husband now. Yeah, because I'm up. Boy, am I up right now. I'm up. All right, you have a good one, and
You
talk
too.
to you soon.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
bye.